being thrown.
It was weird not being the first one. I was kind of intimidated. Because usually
Well,
it's Hunter waits until I'm in here to be like, okay, now time to go, but that didn't happen this time.
Yeah, I was waiting, and then I looked in here after like cutting away from my music, and I was like, why the? I was like, there's two people in there. I read the names, and I was like, wait, why are they in there? Why isn't Claire in there yet? And I like joined. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't say anything, but I was just confused.
Do
Oh my
you
goodness.
guys want to do the Kahoot or just get into session?
it's up to you.
I would rather get into session.
I don't mind.
I can't I can't do Kahoot comfortably because my tablet won't work. So I'm gonna say just get into session.
You could probably just do the Kahoot after.
Don't have a computer to look at that.
As a side note, I hope you're all using your Pride Month complimentary D&D Beyond Gay dice.
I don't have them. Oh, I need to get them.
How do you get them?
Disappointing.
You just that's on D&D Beyond. They're free.
I'll worry about it later.
Wait, they're free?
Yeah. Happy corporate pandering, guys.
Whoa. Calm down
Claire's
there.
like, whoa, that's too far.
I mean, you're right.
Where
but-
do you acquire? Are they physical or are they digital?
They're digital. Okay, they don't care enough to actually give you something for free.
Especially if it's
Yeah, no,
gays.
Yeah, they just send thousands of people just their own sets of dice. Yep, that's what they do.
More than thousands. As you well know, the
Millions.
people
I don't know. I honestly try to lowball how many people I think play D&D because I think a lot more play it than I think really play it.
The only
I
people
have
that play
no
D&D
idea what you
anymore,
just said.
the only people that play D&D anymore are like 80-year-olds that played it when it was first edition, and homosexuals.
I remember back in the old days.
Back in my day.
We had to use a luck stat. Ugh.
Oh God.
You're not wrong about the gays, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of gays, happy Pride Month, everybody. I hope you're finally getting the recognition you deserve.
I'm not okay.
It's cool.
Who wants to
Time for
attempt to explain what happened last month?
No.
Okay.
Nan. Nah.
Great.
Oh no.
Okay. So
I don't think it will.
last session, a few things happened. Most of it was boring for some, but it was like pretty groundbreaking for others in the at least lore building perspective of things. You found out the session before that Pipe had died, and so you got a bit more information out of him with the help of a Speak with the Dead. You found out that he was killed by some sort of bunny folk animal, and that he didn't see who it was, but it was a very gruesome death. You are all now involved in the investigation of his death and can't really do much other than the boring investigation. While everyone else was stuck at an awful performance to distract the underground from Pipe's death, Harlow was shoved into the thick of it and found out a bit more about the underground, the tribes, the tribe leaders, and Spine. He found
I know
out...
who my copy is.
You probably don't remember, but Harlow does because you took a potions. So... But you found out that Spine's name is Castius Grush, though he goes by an alias to avoid any recognition of himself. He has a son named Harlow. Wow, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Wow. Whoa.
you found out that Spine is trying to connect back with the Burrowing Blade, and you found out that the Burrowing Blade leaders are all dead, except for one that was pregnant that Spine kept alive during the revolution. And you also learned more about all of the tribes, which I will not be saying out loud because it's a lot, and I don't want to say it.
And you should know them by now.
Yeah, you should know it by heart by now, and if you don't, I'm very disappointed.
You should have it tattooed on your back and name
Oh
your
my
firstborn child.
And last session ended with Harlow basically spilling everything that he learned. And also figuring
And then them assaulting a wall.
yes, that him figuring out that he can manipulate walls to not the same degree, but to some degree as Spine. And now you are all on your way to try and break open a wall to find Keith.
Yeah,
Here we are.
it's gonna be like a Kinder surprise.
Except the Kinder
Surprise!
Except the Kinder Surprise is a nail bomb.
Give me a second. Okay. So you all reach the door that you saw Keith running out of at the very beginning of last session. And there's no one around, thankfully for you. And what are you going to do?
Was I still with the party at this point, or was I off somewhere?
All of you
I think
are
you let us-
together.
Yeah, we're all together.
I thought you led us here, didn't you?
Oh yeah, because I saw Keith going through the hole in the wall, didn't I? While I was off doing my Batman thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, thank you.
So, besides Keith coming out of said wall, what are we exactly supposed to do with said wall?
I suppose break it open?
I don't know.
What their plan is.
I could try like the wall bending thing.
Wall bending. Yes.
From what I remember, Rockcrusher was going to punch it as Harlow was going to try and move it, so it would have been a combo, I guess.
Hope those two can have fun doing that, because
That is what I remember saying. Yes. Like 20 seconds ago. Yes.
No, you didn't say that 20 seconds ago.
It was like a minute ago. I would know. I'm really smart right now, as you remember.
I don't know what it is. It feels like it was ages.
How long did I say that potion lasted for? Hold on, I gotta look back.
Was
8
that like
hours.
24 hours?
It was
Oh, it was
8.
8 hours.
This is the potion of
Yeah.
more smarter.
Potion of
Yeah,
become smarter.
I remember Rock saying that too. The potion of Boris murderer.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna punch a wall.
Can I attempt to be a rip-off Earthbender?
Okay. Harlow, make a Arcana check. Rockcrusher, make a Strength check.
So
I'm gonna
glad we're getting
I'm gonna like wait until, or just sort of hold until if I see like sort of like a crack forming in the wall, maybe something that I could like get my hands into and try and pull apart.
Okay.
Strength check, you say?
Mhm.
Why not?
That's a pretty shit roll, by the way. That's like 10,
Okay.
and that was with the advantage that I get for the potion.
Great.
I'm gonna rage, so I get advantage.
You just
Thank
get
you.
so angry looking at this wall.
Well, thank God for advantage because that first roll was a natural one. Okay, it's a 4. 9.
God damn it. Okay.
One of
So Rockcrusher waits for a bit, and Harlow kind of outstretches his hand towards it and kind of like starts curling his fingers to like emulate some like sort of magic, quote unquote. He was like, twiddling his thumbs, twiddling his fingers, and like closing his eyes and thinking really, really hard. And then you kind of just like thrust your hand towards the rock, and nothing happens.
Right.
So rock starts to beat at this wall, only making small cracks in it.
Great. You know what? You know what? I'm going back to what I normally do. Can I punch the wall as well?
Okay.
This is my. I don't do magic. I do punching. Fucking this.
Cat's just gonna like look over to Virtue, being like, "Do they normally just punch walls?
Unfortunately,
You have to deal with this every day.
yes,
You poor, poor sucker."
I know.
There's no vacation in the fire starters. You don't get any paid leave.
You're named the fire
Clear.
starters. What the fuck did you guys do?
Well, it's more like what they
You
do.
don't want to know.
That's a story for another day.
It's a lot. It's a big story. I'm sure they're going to be doing this for a while. But they ended up setting another village in another, I guess, plain ablaze and killed hundreds of people. That was fun.
You hear Harlow correct you saying thousands.
Genocide, yay!
Women and children as well.
Wow. And here I thought I was insane.
I'm sure you'll get along just fine.
I wouldn't say we're insane, just morally wrong.
But Clint, can I help Rock punch this wall?
Yes. Rockcrusher, roll again.
What do you want me to? Okay. Rock, do good.
15.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
get
both
the
of
bad
you-
rolls out the way.
Both of you start beating this wall down. Cass, as you look at this wall and then you look back to start talking to Virtue again, you just see that she's just gone.
Oh.
No.
But you keep destroying this wall. Absolutely. Your hands start to bleed even. You're just trying to stomp this wall down. And eventually you start to form a hole, but not anything big enough for any of you to fit in.
Hello. Try again.
Do the thing now. No,
Yes. I trust you. You can do this.
I'll try it. I'll try it again. I'm gonna like
through
mimic the try to do my best to mimic the hand signs I did a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that would have been about time.
Make another
Yes, the hand
Arcana.
motions that didn't work.
I'll give you an inspiration, so you get a d6 to add to it.
Oh, okay.
Back.
Getting advantage and inspiration. That's great.
Fails anyway.
Fuck you. Don't jinx that. It's okay of a roll, I think, so far. 18.
And can I try and, if a hole opens again, can I try and stick my fingers in it and pull?
Yeah. You, instead of using one hand, you use both of your hands, and you kind of like try and emulate you like shoving your hands in it and kind of like breaking it apart. And eventually you start to see the wall sort of turn a little bit liquid and start to spread apart.
Okay. Yeah, can I, like, sort of, once it starts moving more, can I, like, try and assist, but physically?
You can try and assist, but physically, but the wall is liquid and your hand just moves right through it.
It's like trying to forcefully move butter, pretty much.
You can forcibly move butter.
Well, forcefully move warm butter. Okay, leave me alone.
Why not try sand?
I think water would be a better.
I would say
Well,
it's more the consistency
no,
of
because
jelly.
water refills the area. That's bad logic.
More like jelly, I'd say.
Fine.
Well, okay, I'm just gonna run into the wall.
You run into the wall. The top half of your body just starts phasing through, but your bottom half is caught on still solid stone, so you stumble your way through. But you're on the other side.
I'm on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
How far did I pass through? How thick was the wall?
The wall was about maybe 6 inches thick.
Okay.
I'm gonna like
I'll just put my
try to
hand
look
back,
through
put my hand back
what.
through and do like a beckoning motion.
I'm gonna like go over to the wall and like I guess start trying to make my way through.
Okay.
Can I like? I'm gonna keep trying to concentrate on the this like. I don't know how that's gonna work because Harlow doesn't know how magic works really. But like, I'm gonna try to like not let the wall like fucking murder me. I don't know if that's how it works or not. So.
Okay. With your 18, you can you start walking through. You do head first and try and go as fast as possible through. And your foot gets caught in the stone as it solidifies.
Great.
Can I try and pull him?
Little help.
Yeah, can I try and like pull him through, sort of thing?
Yes. I'll just say that you can pull him through, but he loses a shoe.
No. Yeah, it's fine.
She's gonna
Wearing
pop up
shoes?
somewhere else.
I'm
We're
gonna
wearing
go
shoes
on.
in the first place.
Yeah, I wear shoes.
Not that barbaric.
I mean, you humanoids.
Like if
You're
you accidentally
humanoid.
step on like a dagger or a sword, that's not going to feel very nice. I kind of learned that the hard way, so I wear shoes.
I can only wear
Like, wait,
one.
he
Dude,
was like,
we have
you humanoid. But you are a humanoid.
what bitch? What,
Yes,
what
you
part
are.
of what part of me looks human to you?
The fact you're
You
on
talking
two
with
legs.
legs
Yeah, so are kangaroos.
and having thumbs.
Well,
And-
kangaroos are kind of knee down. You're literally straight.
You have knees.
I mean, I swing both ways, but I mean,
Not what I meant, but okay.
Okay. Before we start arguing on whether Rock is a humanoid or not, Cass, you see behind you, you see Virtue walking over with the hairless tabaxi that you had seen before near Dead Pipe. And they're kind of walking together leisurely, like they're even laughing to each other as they're just walking over to you.
Okay. You said over to me?
Yeah,
Like,
over
have they
to the
seen me?
situation going.
Have they are they actually like paying attention to where we are, like seeing what's happening, or are they just looking at each other, more paying attention to their conversation?
They're paying attention to each other, but they look at what's going on and they start walking in that direction.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna like look around and be like, fuck, shit, this isn't good. I got a slight panic because it's just like, has the walls like solidified like as they left?
It's
So am I
solidified, but there's still a tiny hole in it that you can see through.
So can I get through? Is the like not enough for me to get
No.
through? So,
You can put your
fuck.
head through.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just do my best to act normal. Just kind of sit around, just like relax, try to act relaxed.
Make a
Wait, okay.
performance check. Virtue,
Alright,
you know what happened. But make a performance
No,
check.
I'm just wondering what I'm seeing. I'm like on the outside,
a
Not-
31.
holy shit!
right?
A 31.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just saw that. That was incredible.
Nothing's going on. Nothing happens.
You're like leaning the hole. Your back is on the hole.
Yeah, like I'm leaning against it, like acting like this hole doesn't exist. Like, hey, how you doing?
Virtue, you see Cass casually leaning on a hole or leaning on a wall, my bad, and you don't see Rocker Harlow.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up and be like, did they get in?
Gonna nod and just be like, yeah. We're not getting through. Or at least there's not a
You don't need
chance.
to do that, right?
Yeah.
Look, it was a reaction. I'm not used to this. The last I heard, this
No,
isn't really prohibited.
as in sneak through the door.
We don't.
Could you open it, please? Can you?
I can,
I know
but...
some.
And then the door kind of just springs open, and you see the shoe falls onto the ground. You're welcome, and it kind of opens.
I grab my shoe and put
Cat's
my
gonna
shoe
like
back
jump
on.
forward so she isn't falling backwards.
Where she gonna like walk up to Cass, put their hand out, and be like, "Sometimes you just have to ask."
All right, fine. It's like take the hand. It's just like, all right, fine.
I am literally in charge of you. I can get you wherever. As long as it's for the investigation. What I know it is.
To know.
Where are you hoping to go? I can lead you. These tunnels are a maze without directions.
That's really the guy's like turning to like Virtue, just like, yeah, I'm not fully sure where we're heading.
Oh, I got to the place I wanted to be. Hello, Rockcrusher. Where are you going?
That's a good question.
How did you even get through that tiny hole?
I flex my biceps.
Without Harlow and Rock both flex their biceps, then it's too
That
bad.
doesn't explain
It'd be funny.
anything.
You do like the sort of like Mr. Olympia pose where we do like the.
They're always like this. Don't worry about it.
Do you know what this
Just
is about?
No.
Whatever. Where do you want to go?
Wherever Keith is.
I do not
I think
know
this
where
is
he is at all times. You have to be more specific.
I mean, what's in these tunnels? Give us something to work with.
Well, there are the secretive battlegrounds, a library, lookout stations for the underground. You can go back to the library or the museum, I guess, though we don't really go in there.
Oh, library. Library sounds like a good idea.
Oh.
Great. Follow.
Just trust me on this one, you know. Secret esoteric knowledge.
Alright.
okay. This should be interesting.
Okay.
Books are valuable.
Virtue kind of just looks at Lashava.
Yeah, both of you look at each other, and then Lashava takes the lead and then starts sort of heading down these tunnels. From what you see, it's just a straight. You just keep going straight, even though he said that these are a quote-unquote maze of directions. But you make it to this wide opening that has not a door, but at least a wooden door frame to this room. And apart from, other than the underground, the actual underground part, this actually has things that aren't from the underground. Like, there's wooden desks and tables. There are actual bookshelves with books on them. Other than, which is like different than the underground of just stone everywhere. There isn't anyone in the library currently, but you do hear two people talking to each other from the other end of the library that you can't see past the shelving of about 5 racks of books with 3 hallways lining them.
I'm gonna try and be as sneaky as possible, just while I'm in this place. So.
Okay, make a stealth check. Lashaba
Stealth
says,
check.
"Don't burn the books," and then he sort of just stands put at the door frame.
Natural 20, baby. That's a 20. It's a 22.
Okay.
gonna sneak through the library, see if I can see anything that looks interesting.
Okay, what are you three going to do?
I'm actually just gonna look around the library. Harlow can actually read, so he's just looking at different shit. Like he's just like, oh my, he's like, I can read the titles. He doesn't even realize he can read the book, and then he thinks about it for a second. He's like, I can read the book.
So you're looking
Vir-
for books?
Yeah, I'm just looking for like whatever. I'm just looking around. Battle tactic shit. Why not? That sounds fun.
Make an investigation check. What are you two?
Me as well.
Okay.
Cass probably gonna start looking around for any books that seem interesting, or any books of history.
Okay.
It's 11.
What is Virtue gonna do?
Virtue is going to be in the vicinity around
Sorry.
Flashback. Like, not really seeming like they're looking around, but they don't seem like they're doing any deep searching.
Okay.
By the way, mine was. Oh, sorry, mine was a 12.
Okay. Cass, make an investigation. So it was an 11 and a 12, and now 20 for the stealth check. And
A 17.
okay. So Harlow, you start looking around, but you're more fascinated by the fact you can read than to actively look for anything that you'd be interested in, because everything is interesting at the moment. Rock, actually, we'll go to the Cass next. Cass, you start looking around, and you find a section on history, so to speak. There aren't really labels to anything, but you just find more titles involved in like history than anything. There is history of the underground, history of the leader, and history of the tribes that seem the most interesting. There's also like history of different types of rocks, but I don't think you'd find that interesting.
No, not really. I'll probably take those 3 books.
Okay. Next, Rock. You don't find any books, so to speak, because you're too interested in the voices coming from the very back of the library. And so you walk down a pathway that's in the middle of 2 really tall racks of books, and you kind of hide behind that rack and look to where the voice is coming from, and you see thing 1 and thing 2, Keith and Henny, talking to each other in the corner.
Okay.
They don't seem to have noticed you.
Does it just look like they're just talking, arguing, just...
They're not arguing. If anything, they're just like having pleasant conversation. They're just kind of like joking with each other.
Okay. I'm just gonna maybe watch them for 30 seconds, just see what happens, see where it goes.
In those 30 seconds, you see them two talking to each other. Henny gives Keith a slip of paper, but doesn't say anything about it. And then they both agree that they're going to go look at this certain book that they're looking for.
They go together.
They're talking about it. They haven't gone anywhere yet. They're like, oh, we should probably go read it now, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to sneak back towards the group.
Okay. And from that, you can also tell that there's only one exit. But
And that's the one we came in through.
yes. One entrance, one exit. Those 2 sit at a desk that is on the opposite end of the library, and you sneak back to the rest of the party.
Can I notice that Rockcrusher is like sneaking? Like very obviously, is he like obviously sneaking?
To you, because you know that he's there and doing it, yes.
Once Virtue saw Rockcrusher approaching, Virtue would approach him and kind of just be like, "Find anything?"
Yeah, thing 1 and thing 2.
What?
Keith and Henny.
Oh.
They're down the other end. They're looking for a book.
Oh.
I think we might be able to get the jump on them.
All right. I can go and. Would you like me to continue to watch while you round up Harlow? I think he went that way somewhere, and Cass.
Okay, cool. Just to be clear, we are jumping them.
Okay.
That was like I'm just clarifying. I'm not. That wasn't a statement. It was a question.
Oh, I thought you were making a statement. Sorry.
This is a
I
team. It's a team
believe that
effort.
was the plan for. Oh God, I don't have Virtue's sheet. I believe that was the plan. To jump them. At least that was Harlow's.
And you're okay with this? You're cool.
I'm indifferent.
That's that works. That works for me. Okay, I'll go find everyone else,
All right.
and I will go and find everyone else.
Okay, you kind of like just gesture over to Cass, and Cass sort of comes, but you have to grab Harlow by the wrist and sort of drag him over because he's very, very interested in just like, wow, that one says like plants or like dogs. It's like, wow. Harlow, you're upset that he's taking you away from the magic words.
Oh,
I'm Harlow. Harlow gives like a little pouty face while you're dragging him away.
Hey Claire, with the books that Cass had found, can she put them like in her bag since she probably hasn't had time to really read them?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell them what I've seen, and that we're gonna jump these bitches.
one moment.
That's fun.
Claire, I'm going to send you a DM.
Illusion.
So who's getting who?
I kind of want Henny. I kind of wanted that one.
Damn. Rock, paper, scissors for him? Because I kind of want to
Are-
get him.
Are we even supposed? Because didn't Spine tell us not to get Henny until he said something?
I assume he meant we're not allowed to physically harm Henny. We're just pinning him to the ground.
I mean, he never said anything about Keith, so.
And I never said anything about killing Henny. Maybe just.
Exactly.
I mean, if
rough him around a little bit.
If Spine has a problem with us pinning Henny down, then he can tell us later.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The time for
I don't
talking.
have a problem with that.
All right, let's go.
This session wasn't called the end of a bloodline for a reason, without good cause.
Mm-hmm.
Session? What are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Rock, you always talk in really mysterious ways. You know that, right?
No, I always get these nosebleeds.
I'm sure he has.
He's just the main character. It's fine.
That sounds like some kind of like disease. Should probably get that checked.
All right. Well, I have dibs on Henny.
We can share.
All right, fine.
It's called fourth wall syndrome.
As
It's terminal.
as you three are planning out who you want to jump, you hear rustling coming from the table that Keith and Henny were sitting at.
If we look over, like
It's like one of those movie scenes where everyone turns their head at once to look where the
Yes.
noise came from.
Yeah.
You-
Like,
you-
what is that noise?
You can't see the table because it is covered by a line of books. But if you like just peek your head over a little bit, you see the chairs in disarray and both of them gone.
Fuck.
I'm
Oh.
going to double time it towards the exit.
So I'm gonna follow after, be like, these bitches better not have left.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm dropping stealth and I am double timing it.
Okay.
Or I'll say these bitches better not have left.
You make it to the exit, and the only person there is Lashiba.
Did they come this way? Did they pass?
No. You would have
Fuck.
seen them.
Oh.
Okay, fuck. You guys stay here a second, and I'm gonna scurry up the wall.
Oh my god.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh. Virtue just like covers their face like, oh.
Can I see anything from my aerial view?
In the
Okay.
library,
Yeah, can I see them?
you don't see anything in the library. They aren't there.
What limp dicks?
Oh.
What was
You
that
heard-
DM
you heard
about,
them-
Boogie?
You heard them faintly. Actually, who has the highest passive perception?
Oh.
Definitely
geez.
Virtue.
Yeah, probably Virtue.
Let me look at that.
Isn't it like an
where
18?
where is
Rock
that
a
on
14.
Yes,
Pat
18.
was a 15. You have an 18. Why was it 15? Wow, Rock,
Mine-
you have the lowest passive perception.
Dang, Rock.
It needs to be passive perception when you've got big muscles.
Well, it's kind of important now because everyone except for Rockcrusher heard Henny say very faintly, "It's like, ah, shit, she was right," and then leave. And there's nothing else.
Hey, Claire, I have a question.
Yeah,
Is there anything left on the table that they were at?
no. It's just
Okay.
the chairs. One of them like fully fallen over, the other one just not pushed in. They left in a hurry. You can tell.
I wonder who the she is.
Can I try and look at some of the walls along that side to see if it looks like maybe there's a passageway through a wall? Similar to how we got into here?
Make an investigation. Make a survival check to see if the walls are hollow.
Survival.
Yes.
23.
You start knocking on the walls and put your ear up to the wall. And they do not seem hollow.
Well, I'm stumped. I have no idea where they've gone.
Virtue, you
Well,
weren't lying when you said that they were not the brightest.
Well,
No.
enlighten us, oh hairless one.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
I have no hair either.
Great. Did you forget that Henny is a wizard? He
Yes,
carries
I
scrolls
know,
around
yes.
everywhere, and magic is allowed for Class B and A citizens.
Okay.
He probably poofed out and teleported away after he was alerted of something of you being here.
Perhaps he saw you, Rockcrusher?
Or that. Or of any of you being loud as fuck. Whatever you're just talking
Yeah.
to each other.
I mean, Holler was very complaining about you ripping him away from the books.
Yes,
Hey,
that
I was
must
having
be
a good read. Okay, I don't get to read often at
I
all,
can tell.
ever.
Okay, I'm going to do like a brief sort of just look over the table, see if there's anything that looks interesting, anything that might be of value.
There is absolutely nothing on, under, around this table.
Okay, where to next?
Well, since we're here, we might as well just kind of see if there's any other books that'd be anything interesting to help us?
I'd be quick, Revolutions tend to be time sensitive.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I already have 3 books that I'm interested in reading, so unless you guys have any other books you want to look for.
Is there anything about tabletop games?
Make an investigation check.
Not
Yeah.
what I meant, but okay.
That's
Rock fight the deal.
that's a natural 18 plus 0.
You find just a card set and then a book on how to gamble.
Cool. I'll pocket it.
Right. Rock is gonna learn how to gamble. But
Well,
nothing on tabletop games.
Okay.
Well, let's go, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Rock, you should have said something along the lines of, is there a book on medieval fantasy type games?
That would have gotten you to a better place, I guess.
Yes.
We heading through the corridor, going back.
You could go to the battlegrounds, the lookout station, the graveyard, or the museum.
Hmm.
Well, I chose library. You guys get to pick.
Could you repeat the options?
There's the battlegrounds and the graveyard, which were both in the area that you first met Spine at. Then there's the lookout stations, and then the museum that Harlow was in.
Maybe the lookout station?
I'm done with that.
Yeah, sounds cool.
I'm not good with that. That's alright.
Hell, we might be able to find Keith there at least.
Perhaps.
Lashiba, just sort of nods and then takes you back down this straight hallway, but instead of leading to the door out, it leads to a long line of ladders that go up to little platforms, and they're scattered all around this area that you're in. It's a very large carved out space that has holes in the walls sorting as little windows, but it seems there's a tiny layer of rock on each of them, making it look like there isn't a window. And then there are little platforms near all of them, and then a ladder to get up. And there are about 6 of them in this room.
Do we hear anything? Like, hear anyone ruffling around or anything?
There's still no one in the supposedly Class B and A secluded areas.
For a place for B&As, you would think they would be around.
I don't personally, I don't think they would be here all the time, at least,
I know,
I
but
mean, they have other things to do.
yeah, but
yeah,
if it's a lookout, you would think there'd be at least one person here. It's called a lookout for a reason.
I'll do more stealthy
What is it?
scuttling along walls.
What is it, Claire? What is it a lookout for? Can I assess that?
If you go up onto one of the platforms, you see that it's looking out into the marketplace.
Perhaps this is where can you see everything from there?
From the 6, they're all scattered around, so yes, you can see the entire marketplace from the 6 platforms.
Perhaps this is where those mages came from. That's how they found Rockcrusher so fast.
Probably.
Are the platforms interconnected?
Yes.
How are they just like bridges?
Kind of. It's sort of just like a wooden platform that has 6 tiny holes in the wall looking out.
Okay.
Claire, from looking around these, do any of them seem to have any blind spots?
The only blind spots they have are to the right corner of the entrance and the right corner of the exit. Everything else is in view, unless there's a building blocking the way.
Can I see, looking over all of this, is there any white furry creatures that resemble bunnies?
Make an investigation check.
Can I help with that?
Make it with advantage.
Yay! I
Well-
got a nat 20. I don't think I need it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you start to look around through the 6 holes to try and find a white figure that resembles a bunny. You don't find this white figure. You see Casca sniffing around at people. You see a giant fight happening in the town square of the marketplace. You also see a few protesters now actively shunning Spine's name. You see Grunt beating one of these Spine haters
Go Grunt.
to a pulp and then
Ooh,
grunting at him before going back to his stand.
I'd point at it and like look at Harlow and be like, "Oh look, it's your friend."
Harlow like looks out as like, man, I wish I could be out there helping him. So it looks fun.
Yes.
But you don't see any bunny.
Damn. I tried.
Museum?
Museum's next. Actually,
Yeah.
really quickly, Claire, does there seem to be any sign, like, with what we found at Pipes, is there any sign of white hair at all? Like, between the 2 places we've been to?
You saw white hair in the library, but you haven't seen any here. If anything, you see little splurts of blood here on these platforms.
Oh.
Okay. Where was the white fur or hair?
The white hair was at the history section that you were at.
Gonna like kind of look through this and be like, really quickly, can we head back to the library real quick? I want to grab something I saw. I completely forgot to grab it.
All right.
Just something small that might be interesting.
Are you guys alright to do that? We'll wait. I'm going to wait in the junction so no one does anything
Alright.
sneaky.
Sounds good.
I will split the party.
Okay. Harlow,
I'll
where
stay
are
with
you
Rock.
going? Okay, you're staying with Rock.
I'll stay with Rock.
So, we could do Virtue and Cass. You both are led back to the library. And you grab the white hair from the history section.
Does it look similar to the quote unquote rabbit fur that we had picked up from Pipe's place?
Virtue would take it out for reference. Virtue has it.
They're pretty much identical.
Well, looks like we know where our little hair has been.
Looks to be.
But we should still probably run it by Kaisona just to see if it's actually the right thing.
The fuck is Kaisona? Ooh.
Yeah, who's
By who?
Harlow hears you and just starts. Harlow hears that voice and just starts crying.
PTSD.
Small tears running down his face as even hurt.
Who are you trying to say?
To the dog.
What the dog?
Oh.
Anyways, but yes, we should probably run it by the dog, and if the dog gets happy, it's most likely gonna be a hair.
God damn.
You said Kaisona, I'm like, wait, what?
No, I'm sorry. My sleep schedule's been
didn't
so
expect
whack. I
this.
can't. Like, my names have been like in just not the best. But anyways, but yeah.
You mean Casca.
All right.
Got it.
Casca. I meant Casca.
Okay.
God.
So then we can here Virtue offers to take the hair and put it with the other one.
I think it's best to keep them separate just in case.
All right.
Don't want contamination.
Okay.
Wow.
Because it smell like hair. It smell like a rabbit. Like the dog will get happy over it if they'll both smell the same thing. At that point, it's just like no point. But let's go. Let's go with the other two.
Yes, let's move on.
While
Wow,
that be occurring,
that happens. Is there anything you two would like to do before I explain what happens during your time?
So, Rock, I got an idea, actually. Now that we're alone, I wanted to run an idea by you.
I had something I wanted to say as well, but hit me.
So, like, Grunt was out there, like, and if we can't, like, find Keith, why don't we just, like, beat the protesters?
Oh, what, like make him come to us?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. See, that potion of more smarter, I really do be doing work.
Yeah, I actually got some. He, like, pats his head. He's like, I actually got something up here.
That's a very good idea. Yeah, I think we should try that actually. Well, we'll check the museum.
What was your idea?
Less of an idea, more of just a thing.
All right.
I don't really have a reason behind it, but I think virtue might be compromised.
What do you mean?
Well, I know I was sneaking pretty fucking good back there.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like ruffle my cloak with its sort of magical sneaking properties.
Yeah.
And I know virtue is pretty fucking good at sneaking as well.
So where does this make you think that virtue's been compromised?
That I left her to watch over Henny and Keith while I went to get the rest of you guys. So either she completely shit the bed and is too embarrassed to tell me about it, or she warned them. I'm not saying that we shouldn't completely disregard anything she says, just that
I think
consider it.
I don't like the idea of it, but you have a point.
I don't like the idea of it either. You know, just...
I wouldn't like to imagine that would be the case, but
I mean,
I'll leave it open as an idea in the back of my head. Okay.
Yes. Because they've done great things for us, you know.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Yes.
And if they did it I'm sure they did it for a reason. You know, they're not doing it to piss us off. I don't know, maybe they've got a thing for Henny.
I would.
Yeah, I'm just spitballing here, dude. You know.
What?
Harlow doesn't seem as shocked about the idea. Like, yes, this shocked about the idea of somebody actually liking Henny.
maybe Keith. I don't know.
His updated version is much better looking than the original.
Keith? Oh, yeah.
I'll give him that. The new one definitely makes him look like he just is a fluffy dumb boy. You just pat him on the head.
Well, I actually haven't seen the new one of him. I'm gonna look at that quickly while we continue.
How old is Virtue?
I believe 36.
46.
36.
How the fuck did you get 30 out of that? How did you get 40 out of that?
Well, I mean, 40, 30, I mean, it's not too far, I think. Okay, regardless. Well...
Oh, yeah, he is better looking.
Yeah, I went back for all the pictures.
Yes, Virtue is 36.
Okay.
Why?
I was just saying that Keith's like 23, so if Virtue did have a thing for Keith, it'd be a little weird.
Oh, he actually does look... Okay, yeah, I actually...
Yeah, it's a shame to have to kill him.
Yeah, it's a little bit... It makes me feel worse for wanting to kill him, but Harlow doesn't feel bad for killing people, so it's fine.
It's like the whole thing. You're less likely to be convicted of crimes if you're hot.
everyone starts sipping for Keela.
No, see, exactly. There's Hunter feeling bad, and then there's Harlow not feeling bad at all. So
Right.
it's fine.
Okay.
But
Said my piece. Now let's see what the mystery voice in the sky has to do for us.
yeah, let's see.
Me? Little old me?
Who said that?
So
Not
while
another
you
split.
two are kind of like quietly talking to each other while looking out, you hear someone say, "You're having fun," from behind you towards the entrance.
Like,
We do
look,
this simultaneous head whip towards them.
No, like just the whole body spin around.
No need to freak. It's Taco.
Oh, okay.
It's not
I
even.
turned back around, put my eye back to the thing, and I just keep talking to it. Like, hi.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Well, what are you guys up to? It's not usually we don't usually see people back here, especially not now.
Mm,
You know,
just
got lost.
mm,
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna do it with disadvantage.
yeah. I'm not.
Like you rightfully figured out you suck.
That's an 8.
Right. Where's the rest of your group at?
Elsewhere.
That isn't
Want to buy
specific.
They went to buy milk.
Where are you going to find milk in the underground?
I don't know. I'm not a local.
Well, you've been here long enough to tell. Where are they? You give me one word.
What's it to you?
I'm just curious. I always see you all touched and strapped and kissing each other on the lips.
They wish. I don't have lips either.
Sorry. What would he even say for you? Biting? Have a licking?
Snout, maybe? I don't know. Never really considered
Snouting.
Rubbing them, snouting? That sounds weird.
Kissing isn't really a thing for my people.
Maybe they just like open their mouth like really wide, just press their mouths against like people. I don't know, something like that.
Anyways,
No,
he sort of
That's called
climbs up the
eating.
ladder. He climbs up the ladder and sort of gets in between you two. Not like directly in between, but just stands next to you. What?
How tall is he? Taco.
Give me a second. Hold on. Where the fuck? Okay, here he is. He is 6'4". Thank you.
How tall is Harlow?
6'3", I think.
Okay.
6'3".
Yeah.
Taller than you. I've still got like a foot on him.
He's not trying to be threatening, but...
Okay, no, I was just gonna say, it'd be kind of funny if he like got between us and both of us were like a foot taller than him.
No.
No, like I said, Harlow's still just looking through the hole. He knows he's not doing anything wrong, so he's not even pretending like he's doing something wrong.
What are you looking for? Pardon me for being so curious.
Anything? I mean, it's a lookout tower for a reason. You know, you look out, you don't.
Do you remember what these places were used for back before Spine rose to power?
No, can't say I do.
That sign makes me believe you don't want to know.
No, I kind of want to know. I mean, it's not a bad thing to know.
I don't know about you. I kind of want to know.
It's pretty cool if I do say so. Well, not for me,
right,
but for the people here.
I like cool.
Entertain me.
So, have
Cool's
you
cool.
figured? Do you know the torturous methods they used in the previous marketplace?
I have ideas of it.
How they would strap you to the wall. If you got out, they'd put you higher, but if you didn't, they'd start beating you, you know?
Hmm.
Fairly standard. It's pretty unimaginative, honestly.
Well, a fun little part that even I forgot sometimes is that there were some people up here ready to shoot bow and arrows at you if you said anything wrong. It's pretty fun. If you tried to get food, try to cry out, it's pretty cool. You got shot at right in the head.
I mean, that's not really torture, though.
Well, it's
It's just
play to them.
Hey, okay, I suppose.
Torture for us. Especially those people that had to wipe everything off the underground. How do you even clean it up? It's stone. There's dirt there. But if you don't brush all of it away, they start hitting you and throwing the dirt that you wiped up in your eyes.
I found over the years that if you use salt, it really absorbs all the moisture out and makes it very easy to clean up.
I'm so sorry we didn't have salt in the underground while we were getting beaten to a pulp. My bad.
You live underground. You've not got like no salt deposits.
We didn't mine.
Clearly, God,
What, do you want to go out there and mine for it?
that is fair. We did find a beholder in one of those caves.
You what?
Dude, where have you been? We killed a beholder. Come on.
Isn't the
Oh,
beholder on
sorry.
your back?
I've always mentioned it from a different name from Spine, but I guess Beholder's technically what it is, but
Yeah,
What do you call it?
we sort of just call it. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it's something along the lines of like Demis's eye or something like that.
Write that down. Write that down.
I'll write it down.
I'll
I don't
do it.
think jokes on you. No, I was gonna say jokes on you. I don't need to write it down. I have perfect memory.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you if you forgot it.
Damn. Well,
You have perfect
okay.
memory, but I'm not gonna help you with that memory.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I guess
That's fair
Demis
enough.
has.
That's fair enough. To be fair.
Well, I guess Demis has one less eye recently.
I guess so. Well, just came by to see who exactly is using these things after so long. Sometimes come here to check in, see what people do say behind my back. They say some things behind your back too. It's pretty fun.
I'm sure they do.
It's really just you, Rock, being known as the rule breaker, and Harlow being known as the chosen
Harlow.
one, or something along that line.
You were the chosen one, Harlow.
No, I prefer to just be known as Harlow.
You were supposed to bring balance to the underground, not leave it in darkness.
Sometimes they call you a god. It's pretty fun.
Sounds like an ego boost.
I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty cool, dude.
You're welcome.
Don't suppose you have any idea where Keith is?
Keith, that little funny boy. Right now, he's probably just out. I don't think he'd be back here.
Do you know anywhere he frequents? You know, I owe him some money, so I lost a card game to him the other night, and sort of like, settle my debts.
Make a deception check.
You want to maybe back me up on this one, Harlow?
No.
No.
Sorry, but Harlow's not backing you up on a lie to Taco. Harlow actually kind of likes Taco, so.
Fuck you, dude.
Read the
Sick.
DM, Claire.
6.
Screw you, dude.
Rock doesn't see it as that. He just sees it as Harlow just kept out of that conversation.
Okay,
I know.
before we get to that, if it's okay with Cass and Virtue, if you didn't have anything else you'd want to do there, do you have anything else you want to do in the library?
No.
I think I'm good.
Okay, so we just say for continuity's sake that Lashpa takes you back to the other two, and now, as you see Taco, as Rockcrusher is trying to bullshit his way into lying to him. And you sort of hear the end of it as you hear Rockcrusher's like stuttering through his lines of like, and he's like, I owe him a and both Harlow and Taco are kind of just like chuckling to themselves. You reach the lookout spot during that time.
This is painful to listen to.
Oh dear.
Even I can do that in my sleep.
You guys don't be mean about it, okay?
He's
It's a
trying
bad
his
roll.
best.
It's almost as bad as the one lie I did to Keith.
What lie was
Where I
that?
threw you under the bus.
Well, Rockcrusher, I will let you know that I have no idea where he could be frequenting, where you could easily give him the money that he owes you. Is that right?
Oh, no, I owe him. Yes.
Oh, but you said at the beginning that he owed you the money.
I don't think he
Fair.
did actually.
I'm fairly sure I said that I owed him money.
Good
I'm
clear. I'm
whatever
sorry.
it is.
I actually have to back him up on that. I'm actually pretty sure that he said
He
the
fucked
other
up.
way
It doesn't
around.
matter. He
Yeah, I'm
didn't
just
per
saying.
se him.
Something got mixed up for all the stuttering.
Oh, sorry. He got that one part and fault all the stuttering. He's like, it won't get, but I owes him money. He's the one that gets it's very. Taco kind of just looks over and says, "Ah, welcome. I know you couldn't have been far."
Yes, it's a pleasure to see you again, Taco.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know I haven't said that I wanted to be part of all the drama, but I at least want to know the drama. So spill. I won't say anything.
Oh, is everyone else okay with it? Virtue kind of looking at Rockcrusher, Harlem. I wouldn't want to spill without your permission.
I think it's okay. I don't think it's too bad.
The only person I tell is Spine, and he's already listening probably, so it wouldn't even matter.
Okay,
Who wants to spill said tea?
Taco's
Virtue,
really
you
coming in
do,
here like,
you
spill the
do.
tea, sis. We're just
Virtue, you
gonna
brought it up. You seen it.
Virtue looks at Rockcrusher and says, like, are you okay with it?
Yes, Rock, are you okay with it?
Rockcrusher?
Right.
He's too embarrassed. let him
He has
Virtue
I
starts
was-
waving a hand over his like over the front of his eyes, like Rockcrusher.
I was muted. Yes, I'm okay with this.
All right. Pretty much. A little funny. They are planning to put a quick end to all of this. Ended up punching the hell out of a wall. It was quite comedic.
Mm-hmm.
They got
You
through
did?
it. You can ask Lashba. They somehow got through it.
Sadly and pitifully.
It's not like you helped.
Interesting.
I did.
They got the shoe back.
Not you. Virtue with the snide remarks.
Oh,
Hmm.
what am I supposed to do? You know I'm not as physically capable as you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
What
Seems you
is
guys
this
are
about?
doing wonderfully.
Anyways, back to the tea, Virtue. Back to the tea.
Yes, of course. Virtue kind of like looking at them, kind of with a concerned, confused look, and then looking back at Taco, and it's just like, they went to the library, and Keith and Henny ended up being there. Rockcrusher went back to gather the others. I watched over them. I'm pretty sure they looked off when they heard when Harlow began to complain, and I'm pretty sure they just poofed out of existence. But of course, how can you do a stealth mission with these two?
Well, rude, but you're not necessarily wrong.
Well, I'm not going to be quite the nicest if they're going to be acting strange right now.
It's okay. Every party goes through their ups and downs.
Yes.
Eventually, you want to kill each other, then you learn everything about each other in a 10-minute interval, and then all of a sudden you love each other again. It's only a matter of time.
Unfortunately. And then we were looking through. We ended up finding another hair that appears to be the same as the one at the crime scene in that library near the history section.
Mm-hmm.
So we were hoping to find Casca and maybe see if he can tell if they're both from the same creature.
Or at least the same race. Indeed, you can tell if it's from the same creature.
Well, look at you. I didn't think Spine was right by calling you investigators, but at least some of you got some information out of it.
Yes.
Well, you all are talking, and Rockcrusher giving subtle death glares to Virtue every once in a while. You start to hear footsteps from the hallway walking in. You look over to Lashiba, who is looking into a hallway, but he doesn't seem to really be moving. If anything, he sort of gets like a little stiff and more like professional. He stands tall and like takes out his spear and then kind of sets it on the ground, acting basically as a guard. But you see Spine walk in. He has his eyes closed and his hands behind his back. But he's just walking in.
I'll let you guys do this one.
Virtue kind of like looking at Harlow and at Taco and Lashville like,
Cass is just gonna like stay in the back, like not gonna say a word. This ain't my place.
Is he just walking past, or is he addressing us? Like, is he walking towards us?
He's stopped, but he hasn't looked at you.
Hi.
He just says he just says Taco. And then Taco kind of like perks up, and then all of a sudden he like starts to think. And then all of a sudden you hear like the bells ring, and he's like, shit! And then he starts running away. Sorry, I got caught up in something. I'll be on my way now. It usually doesn't happen. I promise I'll be doing that now. And he's kind of like jumps off the platform onto the ground, which is about like 10 feet in the air. And then he sort of starts running, darting down the hallway.
Damn, he can jump. And land.
That's impressive.
Very. I mean, good on Taco. He's in that much shape. Shit.
I mean, he runs the Dusk Bowl.
But just because you're from the Dusk Bowl. Okay, but you're look at Taco and then look at you. Like, if you were to fall wrong, you can actually somehow save it, probably with your wings. Let's be honest.
Fine.
Like, can you do like a slow fall down with your wings if you extend them?
Yes, of course I can.
Yeah, so yeah, you'd have it easier than Taco.
Do you need anything, sir?
Rockcrusher and Harlow, you are prohibited from taking part of the event Taco Runs until the revolution is over. You must prioritize your time, and there is no time for a tournament when the burrowing blade is at stake.
Oh.
The most I'm allowing you is to watch it to gain information, but it starts soon, so follow me if you wish to watch.
You sort of know everything that goes on down here, right? You see all and know all, and
He opens his eyes and then looks up to you.
you know where people are.
He doesn't say anything, but he's still looking at you.
Is that a no?
I
he
think
wants you to get
that's.
to the point.
We're trying to help here.
I
Okay.
think that's that is. I don't want to answer you.
That or just get to the point.
Me? Okay, get to the point. We're trying to put down a revolution for you, and people organizing your revolution keep on fucking disappearing. So if you could tell us where they are, we can go and put down this revolution for you.
Hopefully.
Again, information. Follow.
I assume Harlow has already gone and is standing next to him at least, and is just waiting for whoever else wants to come.
Virtue would be next to him as well.
Probably coming down as well.
I guess we're following.
While you all are walking, Lashabet sort of taps Rock on the shoulder.
Yes.
I don't think you're gonna be able to get anything out of him. He does see everything, but he doesn't like to get involved because he's too powerful for it, apparently. Haven't seen it, though.
It's his fucking city. Does he want us to put down the revolution for him or not?
I think he could put it down if he wanted to. That's just my personal theory. But he's just letting you do it.
I'm not sure I follow, but that's not new for me, so...
I'm pretty
Cool.
sure he's strong enough to kill both of them and the followers in an instant. Why he doesn't want to, I don't know. But he isn't.
So he's got the hots for Henny.
He doesn't want to get involved, probably, stupid.
I'll be right back.
The best that you can do is watch the Dust Bowl and hope that you see him, then follow as they leave. I think they're doing something in 2 days or something along that line. I wasn't really paying attention when he said it. It is something to do with the burrowing blades. The burrowing blade creature in 2 days, if that helps you.
I mean, somewhat, yeah.
I mean, do you know where it is?
Do we know where it is?
Yes. Yes.
Harlow should.
Where
We've
what
all
is?
been there.
I was-
That's where
Yeah.
Otto died.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was feeling the
Oh
war.
yeah, yeah. Been there
We-
like twice.
We might know where it is.
You might have to be patient, because if they know that you're looking for them, they're not going to be out in the open. So maybe start there.
Noted.
And then he slows his walk to end up behind you in the tail end of the line.
While we're walking, can I just sort of hand my cloak over to Harlow?
What? Like which? Because don't you have 2 cloaks?
I'm handing you my cloak of elven kind.
Oh.
So kind.
So
Mm.
you get advantage on stealth checks.
He's gonna like kind of like put it on himself and be like, "Why give this to me?"
Because if we need to blend in, I have certain abilities which help me blend in pretty well.
Okay.
And the other
Right.
two are small and diminutive and frail.
Jesus.
Sorry, that's a little fucked up. But, yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Just, if we need to move as a group.
Mhm.
Does anyone else want to do anything on the walk? It's very quiet and it's a little bit tense because Spine is there and he kind of like causes you to not want to do anything out of the ordinary, but you can still do things if you wanted.
I imagine Harlow might be a little more relaxed than he has been in the past around Spine.
You, but not the others.
I'm just saying
Virtue,
that like Harlow is more relaxed than you'd think he would be.
Virtue's going to kind of look at Rockcrusher, kind of like lean in and just be like, "Did I do something wrong?"
No.
Why are you so passive aggressive?
I know it's been like a month, but this is how it's always been.
Oh, but normally it isn't in that manner. Normally there's some sort of context to it, but I just walked up and you were eyeing me.
I mean, it wasn't like eyeing you. You're definitely not my type. But,
You've glared at me multiple times in quick succession.
It's the eyes. I know. I have a lot of them. It's sort of
Can I roll insight?
also,
Sure.
the sort of
Roll
Yeah,
deception if you wish.
the kind of like side eyelids makes it kind of hard to sort of get the thing across.
Roll deception.
Would you like to roll deception, Rock? I don't think it's gonna matter though.
Can I
Virtue.
could I maybe get an advantage because I don't have normal facial muscles. It's sort of a bit harder to be able to
I
tell.
don't think you haven't gotten it before.
How about Virtue roll with disadvantage, but Rock just do a flat roll.
Deception.
I rolled
Mm-hmm.
disadvantage. That is rude. Okay.
Well, do you know what's rude? Having like a plus 29 in insight.
Don't you
So
have a, don't
that's
you have
also
a
pretty
plus
rude.
21 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What is your plus? What is your plus? What is your
A plus-
plus in
24?
insight?
It's a plus
Yeah.
12.
Shut your mouth.
Like,
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Yep. That's what I thought. Exactly.
Okay.
Damn. Jesus Christ. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but when I've whenever somebody has that big of a plus in something and complains about having disadvantage, I'm gonna be like, no, shut up, shut your mouth.
yeah, when the lowest you can roll is a 13.
Like, oh my god, like I have to try to hit this like small orphan kid, but I have like a fucking AK-47. Oh my god, it's so hard. Oh,
Rock,
it's so.
what did you roll?
Oh my knees.
I got
They might on me.
Shut the fuck up.
I got a 17.
27.
Oh wow, who saw that coming? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Virtue, you tell that he's not telling the truth. He's pissy about something.
Rockcrusher, when have you ever been able to lie to me? Ever. Name once.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. You make a good point.
Can you just be honest with me?
What happened back in the library? They got away. I told you to watch them, and then they disappeared.
Like I said before, Hollow started making noise. They looked surprised. They all got up in a scurry and disappeared.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You sure you don't have like ulterior? Are you sure you haven't got like a stake in this? You know? Because I mean, we're a team. I mean, as much as I hate to say it all, we're kind of stuck with each other. So if there's some sort of reason you don't want us to jump and beat the shit out of both of them,
I don't believe killing Keith will stop it. I think that would make it worse. I will say that I am not plotting against you. I am
mean,
with your side. I want to stop this
definitely,
revolution just as much as you do.
I don't care either way. I'm back with Carlo. I'm on this one because his father, mentor, whatever they were, was killed by revolutionaries, and Harlow is my friend. So I'm backing him on this one. Honestly, I don't have any stake either way what happens to this shithole of a city. Whether Spine's in
Well,
charge or not.
well, we rest assured.
I'm just going with what my friend is going with. If you have a
Well,
more compelling argument for not doing that, then I'd be happy to hear it.
well, be rest assured. I'm not plotting against you. I'm on your side. But I
don't have
don't
a side.
believe you're not siding with us.
I'm siding with my friends. If my friends choose a different side,
Am I
then I'm
not?
on that side.
Like, okay, but you know what I mean. I'm with you, but I believe that Keith is way too stupid to lead a revolution properly.
So you think there's someone else behind this?
I think there is someone else orchestrating this through Keith. Much like there's so many people that will have their fakes act the job out, so when they get assassinated, they're not actually the one killed, and they can go on and continue doing what they want. I think this is a case of that. How could Keith orchestrate all of this when he doesn't even know how to read?
I'm just out of character. Holy shit, that's genius. That's a very good point.
Exactly. Plus, I did speak with him. I wanted to get his side of things and maybe pretend to be his friend to get some information out. He did say that someone approached him, asked him to sign something, and he didn't know what it was. He just signed it, and then boom, Pipes is dead. You think that Keith could have single-handedly done that? No. He's stupid, and he just signed things that he can't even read. He could ask someone to read it, but he doesn't.
Okay. So maybe we don't kill Keith then. But we still need to find him, because we now have more questions to ask.
But I will say, what? Did I hear what Lashaba told him?
With your passive perception, yes.
Right. Originally, I heard what my newfound friend, told you there. I was the one that was told that. I was invited. I will go there and be your spy if you want me to, but I'm the one that has been formally invited. I won't be the odd one out there. They think I'm their friend. I just have to sell it.
That works.
Do not insult my sneakiness again.
I'm just working with what I got, but I mean, this is something that I hadn't considered.
I had to make sure that you didn't give me away.
So, how far away from us is Spine at this point?
He's at the front of the train, but not that far away. He's about maybe 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Just as we're walking, I'm just going to sort of like put my hand out in front of Virtue just to slow us down a little bit. So I mean, maybe we're like 40 feet behind or something.
Oh.
Still walking, but just behind everyone else.
Okay.
Do you, I don't know, maybe think that Spine has something to do with this? Maybe he's putting Keith up to fail?
I can't answer that. I really don't know.
I mean, it's not unheard of that people would attempt to frame potential rivals and dissidents by
But
branding
why
them
would
as revolutionaries.
someone...
I mean, it's the perfect crime. You say this person's trying to overthrow you, you hire a bunch of mercenaries to kill him, no questions asked.
I don't think Spine would see Keith as a threat.
I mean, we've been told that he thinks himself above it all. So it just makes it easier for himself if he doesn't want him around, just to hire a bunch of schmucks to kill him.
I'm pretty sure Henny could have killed him.
I'm sure, but as we know, Henny's a massive bitch.
I don't quite know. I know that... I feel that if Spine had to, he could have done it a long time ago.
I mean, from what we've heard, Spine could have done a lot a long time ago. If he could or cared to do it a long time ago, we wouldn't be in this situation. There wouldn't be talk of revolution.
What do you mean?
Either people are vastly overestimating Spine's abilities, or Spine just doesn't care.
I mean, after you've been running something for so long, sometimes it just gets tiring.
So what, this is like a long-winded suicide?
I don't know, I'm just saying that when you're at something for so long, you know, if you keep scrubbing the same table and it's never clean, what's the point in scrubbing it?
Or he's bored and stage revolution for a bit of excitement?
Perhaps, or there's something... It's something with the burrowing blade. And Keith is having...
Sorry, Claire.
Yes.
Remember the crazy old man in the pit? Sorry, we're going back ages ago.
Yes.
And this,
I can scroll. It's fine.
Ages ago in real time. He said one of the Blade leaders was in the city.
believe that was the Ironblade.
Yes, he said that the burrowing blade creature is here. The burrowing blade leader is dead. The iron blade creature is not here. The iron blade leader is here.
So I don't know. Maybe this Ironblade leader is the one behind this revolution.
Perhaps. Like I've said in the beginning, I think that he could be getting help from an outside source. I mean, the Ironblades, nothing against the Ironblades. I think they're wonderful, but you know, sometimes they can be a little questionable when it comes to conquering. You know, in the past,
Yeah,
can't just brush that over.
None taken. We know what we're good at. I mean, if the shoe fits, or the boot, or the no shoe or boot, you know what I mean.
Yes. Who should talk? If we can find him, who should talk to this person? I don't know if you...
Who we think, potentially the Ironblade leader? Or Keith?
How can we know without asking? He might be involved.
Well, I think first we need to talk to Keith. Get an audience, or get confirmation, get a meeting place, anything, something. This is all speculation at this point. We need something tangible.
So you want to round Keith up into an area where we can talk to him alone?
No, not even necessarily alone, just somewhere where we can get information out of him. I can be persuasive when I need to be.
Maybe I should talk to him, seeing he thinks I am his best friend. I'm sure I could convince him into coming alone to a certain place and talking.
Okay, fine, but if that doesn't work, I have my means as well.
I know, that's why I want to go first.
That is reasonable. That is reasonable. So, okay, game plan. Find Keith. You talk to him. See if you could get a meeting with this mystery patron.
Right.
Then, what, we all rock up in force? Or just me, just you, the two of us?
I'm sure it can be you and me. So I talked to Keith, and I'm going to try to meet this person who is helping.
Yes, I mean, I
Okay.
don't. You ask for an introduction. I don't know. You want to give yourself to the cause. I don't know.
That sounds like a plan. I'll roll with it the best I can, and then I'll tell you after, if I am able to get it, where we will be meeting, and then you and me can go to that place and hopefully not die. So let's go.
Sounds like a plan. And we've been whispering all of this just for.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, we have.
So, I won't say that your conversation gets cut off because that would be rude. But let's just say it's a very long, long walk to the Dusk Bowl.
Very.
Very long.
We were just talking very
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very quick.
Meanwhile, me just adding the cloak of Elvenkind to Harlow real quick.
Oh, don't worry. I was doing some shit too.
It's
Anyways,
a very, very nice cloak. It's got like a fox fur trim around the neck.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure Harlow very much appreciates it.
Yeah.
He has flashbacks to the one time he tried befriending a fox and then snapped its neck.
I forgot about that. Anyway.
Yeah, now it's my friend forever.
Wow. So as you keep walking down the hallway, eventually you meet an actual wooden door. Pretty crazy.
Whoa!
Oh shit, there's wood down here.
Spine opens the door and then goes forward. If you guys all go in, then Lashiba is gonna go inside but not follow you afterwards. Do all of you enter the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Keep my head on a swivel though.
okay. So as you enter this door, you see kind of like a commute sort of thing. There are actual people here. They aren't the nicest dressing people, not as good as Spine, even though he isn't even dressed in fully royal clothes. Some of them have some sort of lab coat on, some of them have just armor on. They don't take notice to you. They're all walking in and out of side doors that are also wooden. They're holding some like overworld items you can find, like different types of fruits, different types of weaponry, different types of just resources. The people in the hallway do look pretty higher up, but Spine keeps walking down the hallway. And as he walks down the hallway, all of the higher ups sort of look at him and then like try and as nonchalantly as possible just rush their way into one of the side rooms so that eventually as you get to the end you're the only ones in the hallway. He isn't even
If
doing
Harlow-
anything threatening. He's just walking down as he was before.
Jeez.
Are you gonna do something, Harlow?
I was just gonna say, if Harlow's learned anything, he's learned to act like he belongs.
You puff up your chest.
Puff up my.
Could
I
you
like
repeat what's happening?
tense my
Sorry.
muscles a little bit.
All that's really happening is that you're walking down this like large room filled with doors on either side that have a bunch of people. Spine is just keep walking forward, and as he walks by, then people are very quickly rushing out into the side rooms, though Spine hasn't done anything threatening.
Virtue, just act natural. Just keep walking.
Yep, keep walking. Just keep walking.
So the very last door is the door that Spine stops at. He opens it, walks in, and leaves the door open for the rest of you to follow. As soon as you enter the door, there is a immediate flight of stairs. And then as you walk up the flight of stairs, there's a room full of stuff. Describing this room is squared in shape. On the left side, there is just a lot of stuff. Not stuff particularly, but like baby things. There's a crib, rocking chair, baby toys, baby clothes, jewelry holder that has nothing on it. On the right, there's a large opening in a wall, and you can hear a lot of people coming from outside of it. They're talking about random things and getting hyped for what you can assume now is the Dusk Bowl. If you look out, then you can see that you're very, very high up, maybe about like 60 to feet above everything. And then in front of you is another door. Spine goes and sits in front of the opening, just enough to where he'd be unseen by anyone looking up. And as he starts to lean down, a chair of rock forms underneath him. He sits with perfect posture and his legs crossed and his hands over his lap, one over the other. And after a few seconds, 4 chairs also form beside it.
Just as we go through this doorway into like the openish area where people might be able to see us, I'm gonna disguise self.
It's sort of like a room that looks out. So there's a wall with nothing on it. So it's like an opening out, and it's really high up. So as long as you're not looking out of the like opening, you don't have
Not
to.
peek.
You can't see. No one from down below can see what's going on in this
Okay,
room.
Okay.
I'll sort of just hang back in the room then. So
Yeah. So
there's
as
no
long
chance that
as long as you're staying where the chairs are or farther back from it, then no one can see you.
Okay.
And
I'm just sitting on the chair.
Yeah, I'll
Because-
probably take a seat as well. Probably the
Because-
furthest one.
because of the length of the walk, was Harlow able to attune to the Cloak of Elvenkind?
Doesn't it take 30 minutes? Maybe.
I mean,
It
just
wasn't
as
it wasn't that long of a walk. You just had a long conversation. But by the time the Dusk Bowl is over, you will have attuned to it.
I just won't. I have it added as an attuned item, but I'll just roll it normally until you tell me to. Like roll it with advantage because I just
Yeah.
roll with physical dice anyways, so it
After the
doesn't really
Dusk Bowl
matter.
is over, then you can start using it with advantage.
Okay. Also, hey, Cliff, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
With my like very very big brain right now, can I like looking through this hole, like in being in the Dusk Bowl, like a lot of times, would I know where this is situated at roughly?
You from being in the Dusk Bowl, you know, because sometimes you like when you're winning, you look up and you do see like a hole in the wall closer to the ceiling, which you've been told is where Spine looks out, but it was just correct. So you do know where you are.
Okay.
What are y'all gonna do?
She would sit down at the chair.
Yeah.
We have chairs.
Now, who's sitting where is the real question. No, I'm kidding.
Virtue would have left the closest seat to Spine open for Harlow.
I sit next to my best friend Harlow.
Guy's taking the
Harlow.
furthest seat.
No, I'm gonna hang around the back of the room just so there's no chance of anyone seeing me.
Okay.
How big is like the hole in the wall?
The hole in the wall, there's just one wall completely that's completely open, and it's about 20 feet across
Okay.
and 10 feet
Big
high.
enough. Big enough for, say, a rather large dragonborn to fit through.
Very easily, yes.
Okay. Okay.
There is a railing, by the way. It's a very small one, but it's kind of just a raised part of the rock that could catch someone if they fell, not if they jumped.
Okay. Just wondering. Just wondering.
Okay, so as Rockcrusher stays near the back of the room, so you're staying on the room with all the baby stuff in it. Congratulations.
Well, I'm still in like the viewing room. I'm just sort of hanging back from the edge.
It's
so
all the
that-
same room.
Oh, okay. Just
You can look at the baby stuff, I guess, but if you really wanted to.
you know, just so that no one can see me from down below, just with no chance.
Okay, all right. So as you take your seats, it'll be Spine and then a little bit of a gap, and then it'll be Harlow, Virtue, Cass. But there's a chair in between Virtue and Cass. You hear the door entering just start to slam open and then slam closed as Taco runs in with a full sprint. And he says, I promise this is the last time this little thing will happen. Everyone has their days off. And he opens the door that was on the opposite end of the room that you hadn't opened yet. And then Spine says, no one will notice. Do not worry. Before Taco runs off into a hallway. Before he goes through that, he bows down to Spine and says, Why, thank you, my leader, you're too kind, and then runs off with a laugh. He closes the door behind him, and then you all have to wait a little bit before you start hearing Taco say, Attention, everybody. Let the next Dust Bowl commence. I won't go through everything of what happens, but the main things to notice is that there are a lot more people that aren't fighting and that are slandering Spine's name and refusing to do anything with each other. But one person seems to just be killing brutally all of them. Starting in the first round, there's a clear winner that has already basically been decided. You see a very, very tall and very muscular woman with 2 swords, seeming to be killing all of her opponents within 2 minutes of each round starting. She has a dark complexion with short white hair. She has short pointed elf ears and wears a gray top with shorts. From Taco's announcements, you can tell that her name is Andrea Othaner. Though she takes out everyone in her path, she takes a little bit longer to kill the ones that are preaching about how bad Spine is. She takes a swift victory, and everyone in the Dust Bowl is either shocked, catcalling her, or booing her because of her gender. She doesn't really seem to mind, though. She stares up at the open window where you all are with a threatening glare. You know that she can't see you, but she's still looking at you. If you look over to Spine, you just see his dead, cold expression staring back, his head still up strong, but his eyes peering down at her. Both of them stare as she's lowered into the winter section of the Dusk Bowl.
To her appearance,
Talk about tension.
Hey, Claire.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine as these fights were going on, you know how like whenever people are watching like boxing matches going on, how like they like swing their fists like even though they're not hitting anything, like as the person swinging their fist, they do that. I like to imagine that's what Harlow's been doing this entire time.
You're
He's
like,
just shadow.
just block, just defend!
what's her appearance again?
She has a darker complexion with short white hair. I'll add her picture to the NPC list, but I don't want to right now.
Mm.
And her name is Andrea Othaner.
That'll take a bit to get into my memory bank, but okay.
She's like she's gonna be pretty, but she has white hair.
Why does that name ring a bell?
Hmm.
Name rings a bell for some reason.
Yeah,
We-
I don't know why, but that name did sound familiar.
We haven't heard that
Yeah.
before, right?
No.
Okay. I mean, okay. Just sounds familiar.
I mean, Rock, if you were to make a history check, then I don't know, but
History.
yeah, maybe.
16.
Okay. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm just gonna go into my DMs for a second.
Oh boy.
Rock lore question mark?
I was honestly gonna ask if I've seen her around here before or not, but that's just
You haven't seen her around.
okay.
I'm assuming I would know absolutely nothing. So
No.
I'm gonna assume the same for Cass.
I hear the name, but I'm not really paying attention. I'm just sort of sat at the back, just whittling my quarterstaff into like.
Rock's just being the badass that we all know and love.
I've got like my quarterstaff out, and I'm just like doing some little like engravings into the side of a small knife. Just moping. Looks like moping. It's not really moping, but it looks like moping.
Make sure it's the right
Oh.
person. I've done that before. Okay.
And while you're sat down, Harlow, you feel something moving on the cloak, and just two yellow eyes just sort of appear out of the red fur. You're like, oh, yeah, Tiamat still in the cloak.
Harlow kind of forgot for a minute. Is a little surprised, but it's like a pleasant surprise. He just kind of starts petting Tiamat.
I completely forgot this party had a cat.
How dare you forget about Tiamat? How dare you?
Dare you, bro?
This is from Cass's perspective. I remember Tiamat.
I know. I know. This is from Harlow.
Oh, thank
How
God.
dare
No,
you?
Claire said something. I got concerned. I was like, oh, wait.
The cat can selectively Velcro itself into the collar of the cloak, so it doesn't fall out when I climb on ceilings.
It goes into its own plane of existence until it decides not to.
It has a little pocket dimension.
Yeah,
exactly. Except for he can like survive in it, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's where Tiamat takes that's where Tiamat takes Tiamat's cat naps.
Of course.
The cloak is so fluffy that she literally gets lost in the fluff.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's true.
Well,
what are you guys gonna do?
Well, that lady seems like an interesting person.
Maybe you've met your match.
Don't start. I could see the same for you.
Oh no, I was talking to Harlow, not you.
No.
I'm not curious on how that fight would go.
Yeah.
Claire, can I at least judge their fighting ability compared to my own?
Make a survival check.
I think.
Well, is there a better? Wait, let me look at the list. See if there's a better one you can use.
Investigation is possible, but I don't know if that would be one that you do. Insight maybe.
Go with
an intelligence check, maybe even.
I'll let you go with either survival or investigation.
I'm gonna do investigation, seeing as I get advantage in intelligence shit. Ooh, that's actually really good. 19 plus 2, so 21.
Ooh.
Okay. You can tell that she is very trained in some sort of sense. You can tell from the style that it isn't anything that could have been learned in the underground. She's definitely gone through some sort of training in her time, and an extensive one at that, to be able to wield 2 swords so easily to her, from what it looks like. She, from what you could tell, you don't want to believe it, but she does match or maybe exceed, but you haven't seen enough of it yet. You can tell that she would be a hard fight.
Formidable opponent.
Okay, so the way you've described her, Harlow would see her more as a comparison, fighting style wise, to more of the way Elena fights, correct?
It's
Like
closer
more
to
of the
that, yes.
proper, the proper kind of
Yeah,
fighting.
proper form instead of kind of like just being really strong.
What race was she?
She is a half elf.
Oh.
Fucking
Oh,
die
wait.
she is.
Excuse you.
I forgot
okay,
your
it's not-
racist towards elves.
It's not a
I
real
should
slur.
technically be offended, but
It's okay,
You're
it's not a-
casually forgetting that Rock's like,
Dude, I'm an Ironblade. Of course I'm a Dragonborn supremacist.
What does that have to do with elves?
You're not Dragonborns.
Neither is Hollow.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, strong. So
Hollow's one of the good ones.
You respect
not like the others,
everyone
it's
but
fine.
me just because I am an elf. I don't.
It's okay. It's okay. I have
What?
half-elven friends. It's okay. I can say that.
oh my
I
god,
doubt
you
you
have
have-
friends?
I doubt that.
It's okay. I got the K word pass.
What?
From who?
Continue.
Or you just.
I'll stop that quickly. Eventually you
Thank you.
hear Taco coming back up. Spine is still looking down towards the Dust Bowl, but as he enters, he says, "That Andrea girl sure put up a storm. It's barely been any time since the Dust Bowl ended, isn't probably like maybe 2 minutes. And I've heard some people already talking about her becoming the next Harlow because they think Harlow's gone again." These people are dense. It's okay, Harlow. You'll still beat her in a fight, probably, but people think you're
Probably.
gone again because you haven't been here for 2
Well-
days. They have attachment issues.
Yeah, they deal with abandonment issues.
I mean, it's kind of a little weird though that you do the whole massive blood sport thing every day.
It's every week. Thank you.
I mean, it's still,
Yeah, like
still
we're not terrible. We do we space it out a little bit.
Hey, at least children aren't involved in it. That would be even worse. I'm not that barbaric. It's just a fun game. I've tried other things, but the only thing that they really liked is seeing people beat each other to death. If you want to come up with a better game to entertain the people of the underground, I'd love to see you try it.
Okay, good point. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe doing it, you do it loads, it sort of loses its charm.
Does
It's
that
like,
sound like it's losing its charm to you? As he just
It's like
points
crit-
over towards the opening.
Imagine just screaming outside of that opening.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I
blast.
imagine.
Since when are you questioning why I shouldn't do the Dust Bowl? You were part of it last time.
Oh yeah, and it was great fun. I should have won.
Hey, at least you left
So-
me
some-
alive.
But that's a story for another day.
Why are you so hesitant towards it this time?
I don't know. I'm just no. Don't get me wrong. I love Bloodsport as much as the next lizard. It's just you do it too much, and it loses its charm. It becomes less of
Whatever
a
you say.
holiday.
Whatever you
I'm just
say.
thinking in the long run. What sounds cooler, like the 20th annual Dust Bowl, or like, cool, here's the fucking 2000s Dust Bowl, because we've been doing it for like 10 years.
Everyone.
More like a
Makes-
hobby. People, it's just a thing that gets people connected to each other. It's like going to school. It's not fun, but you find people that you like. And if it doesn't happen, then all of a sudden you really want it to happen again. There was one time that we didn't do a Dust Bowl and people went feral.
I mean, those are good.
I get what you're
Wait,
saying, but
was I?
get the impression you never went to school.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, does this place even have schools?
Well, this place doesn't have school, but I went to it, so I just assumed that you would too. But maybe I was wrong. It's like
No, you
drugs.
were right.
They will go into withdrawal if they don't have it. There you go.
I mean,
Harlow doesn't understand the school explanation, but as soon as he says drugs, he's like, oh.
I've not
Yes.
really done drugs, but
Well, if you start, you don't want
take
to
your word.
stop. That's the point.
It's like your hobby.
I'm commandeering.
That's what I
Claire's
said the
word
first
more.
time, but it doesn't really work out with these people.
I'm saying that everyone just gets high off cave mushrooms in this city.
Sure.
Canon.
Alright.
All right.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard.
What did you say, man?
I'd like to know Cass's response.
Cass kind of like looks to you, and it's just like, what hobbies do you do, Virtue?
Well, I paint, I write, I'm a therapist, that's my job.
Yeah, that's not really a hobby when you're trying to help people. It's more, a job, not really a hobby.
Do therapists stab people with poisoned knives often?
Well, that's interesting
No.
to know.
That
Of
was
course you would think
a certain scenario where we had to attack someone. He attacked me. He attacked me.
Don't you take
I
like
defend-
don't you
I
take like an
defended my-
oath to do no harm?
No. We
That
don't
would
take
be a
an oath.
stupid ass oath.
it's
That's what I think.
1322. You better be lucky I'm not going with the religious part.
Oh god.
And I'm not. No, there's nothing. There's no oath I've ever taken that says do no harm or anything like that. If someone fucks with you, you hurt them. That's. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory.
I agree
Yeah.
with that logic, honestly. I can't disagree with that.
Okay,
I
so
do
it's
as well.
It's only
I
like
see it.
self-defense.
Sure, we'll go with that.
However, it gets
Self-defense.
a little muddy when you're the one who attacks someone, and that's why I don't normally do that.
Hey,
You-
I only
Looks like
attack
us.
people. I only attack people that deserve
I
it.
feel like you're throwing shade at me, Virtue. If you have something to say it now.
Oh no, I don't have anything to say.
You're throwing shade.
Hey,
I just want to make sure that you know.
don't take it personally.
I
She
know.
does it to everyone.
Yeah.
You should probably watch it.
We all have a very tenuous relationship.
I can see that.
If I'm entirely honest, Harlow is the one that keeps us all together for some reason.
I mean, to be honest, I respect Harlow's home. To be honest, if I lived here, I'd probably would have liked it better than where I lived.
Well, thank you. Don't hear that every day.
The lack of sunlight really does get to you, though. I'm gonna
Considering-
get
What would you expect?
You get used
A
to it. You get used
sunroof? Do you know how far
Considering-
down we are?
It is
To be honest,
cold. It is cold and
Like-
damp, and I am going to get scared.
Rock, boy.
Make a
fucking
fire.
lizard.
But Rock, you get used to it though. Like you stayed on here for so long, you just like don't need the sun.
And to be honest, with my pale complexion, I think I'd rather no sun. I don't want to burn.
Yes, I know.
Hot as hell.
My people like the underground. Ironblades. We're all cave people. It's cool. But I didn't do that for a while. I like the sun.
I mean, look at how ready.
And the reptiles. Thing with the scales. If it's cold and wet for a while, I'll scale. We get like I don't know what eczema.
Yes.
Being
with scales.
cold makes them feel sleepy.
It depends. I think that's more amphibians. Turtles.
No, that's lizards.
the cold is easier to fix, and like my sort of chest glows with, my ability to breathe fire.
Oh, we should probably stop. Well, we should probably cut the chit chat a bit short because we still have, a case to solve.
Whatever
Spine
you say, Sherlock.
speaks up finally and says, "Yes, get some sleep, all of you. Tomorrow is a big day for all of us." He stands up,
Something.
and all of the chairs crumble underneath you, leaving you just falling flat on your ass. And he just walks out.
Damn, he didn't even wait for us to sit up. Get up.
Rockcrusher's core muscles are so toned that he's able to do a wall sit without a wall.
You weren't sitting down. It's fine for you.
Oh yeah, you're standing. Anyways,
You can
Cass
still
is gonna
do
get
a
up.
wall sit with no wall, I guess. But
He was just doing it anyway.
okay.
It's not cool because you have wings that you could use to make it easier.
Yeah, I'm like propping, I'm like leaning back with them like on the floor, sort of thing, just sort of using them as like a fourth and fifth leg.
Well,
Anyways,
while
why
you
don't we
wonder
A
how
tripod.
well, you wonder how Rockcrusher is doing a wall sit with no wall. Both some of you complaining that he's cheating. Spine screams for Taco to come over, and then after a few seconds, Taco comes back with like a big sign. It's like, I didn't want to be part of this.
That makes two of us.
Here, giving it
If
to
Taco
you.
didn't come back,
I
though,
don't want to.
I would.
What? He's complaining. He's not doing anything else.
Poor Taco.
Look, I'm giving this to you. Don't come back to me for anything else. Spine said that they changed it to tomorrow. Okay? Goodbye. I don't want to do this shit anymore. And he starts walking out.
Oh,
Virtue.
yes.
Do you see the? Oh, fuck, what's his name?
Oh, Virtue gets up. Can I spot Keith?
That's his name, Keith. It's like the most normal name ever. How did I
Did
forget
any
that?
of us see Keith or Henny during this at all?
Can I see Keith?
Not anymore, but you saw him during the Dust Bowl standing near the entrance.
Okay,
And as you saw him leave through the entrance as well.
I'll
Follow
find him.
follow that.
To get there.
Cass, how good are you
Yes?
at sneaking? Are you sneaky?
Really good.
Like really good, or like really, really good?
Really good. Just really good.
Virtue.
Yes.
Point Keith out. Tell her to make Cass follow that.
What's that, dog?
Virtue kind of points at the exit. It's just like he was there.
Please.
Alright, Cass is, I guess, gonna start heading that way as stealthily as possible, but as fast as she can.
Oh wait, so we're up in the sky though, right? We're not down there.
You
We
are
still
up
need-
in
yeah,
the
we-
sky.
We still need to get
So-
down there. I don't
Need
want
to
to. I
get
don't.
there. So Virtue kind of is Lashabas still by the front door?
He isn't by the front door, but you do see him sitting on a bench reading a book.
You need to get
Like
down there.
near the
That's-
basically the exit, like where we came into here. Is Lashabas still out there?
Yes, you could see him if you step out of the underground or the Dust Bowl watcher area.
Virtue to go out there and kind of gonna be like, could you help us get back down there?
I can do that.
He points
Yeah.
out and says, "Keep going straight." As he just points
All
to
right.
the exit.
All right, thank you. And
Alright,
Virtue
looks like we're booking it.
goes straight.
I'm gonna grab Virtue.
Ah.
Oh, there he goes.
We're taking the fast way down.
What's
Wait,
the fast?
oh,
Are
wait,
you about to
what?
jump out
What?
the window?
We're jumping,
yeah, I think
we're jumping over the
I
edge.
did that. Did I ask? No.
Good luck getting out of his strength.
This is a non-consensual grab, and we are diving
God
over
damn.
the edge.
Oh, Cassie's just
Yep,
rock grab. Virtue.
Virtue, like,
If you want to try and get out, make an athletics or acrobatics check, and Rock make a strength check.
okay, I'll try.
Watch
Are you-
watch
are
watch
you-
from the time they get out. Oh,
You can try.
Are you trying to avoid the grabbing?
Is that what I'm trying to do? Am I trying to wiggle out? Like, before he jumps?
Make us then. Don't make a strength. Make a sleight of hand. You're trying to evade him.
Sleight of hand, okay.
No, Rock make a
Dex.
sleight of hand. You make an athletics or
Oh.
acrobatics.
Oh, okay. Acrobatics. Okay, so that's all this. I'm gonna do athletics since I'm better in that.
Wait, so which one am I rolling? So I'm
Sleight of hand.
Good luck trying to catch an elf.
Do a little gripper grabbing. It's a very small little thing. You gotta try and.
if I get there first, would it not be her trying to break out of it? Was it?
You can.
I'm just evading you. I'm
You
evading you.
can roll, I guess, initiative if
Could-
you wanted.
That's what I'm thinking. Can we roll
Yeah.
initiative to see who gets there first?
Sure. Both of you roll initiative.
Ooh.
I'm gonna kill you.
I
You're
got
gonna
a
fight
nat
each
one.
other.
I'm pretty sure you're going first.
Okay, nat
Hey.
one.
I got a nat 20, so I'm definitely going first.
Great. Way to waste that. Okay. So, Virtue, you are unable to stop yourself from getting grabbed by Rockcrusher, but you can try and wiggle your way out.
Small little thing.
in the air. In the air.
Not-
Do it.
not-
In the air.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do it if we're above, but as soon as he grabs me and we're still like on safe land,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Yeah,
Not
he's
falls to my
walking.
death.
He's walking to the
To the
cold
window.
wall,
I,
to the window.
Okay,
or acrobatics, or I don't know.
that would be a 24.
Okay, so I got a 19 on the strength check. So I guess you
Wow.
break out.
Virtue,
Virtue,
you
like-
get out of his grasp. You bite his nose. You
Wait, what?
you bite his
Just-
nose and poke his
Can I-
eyes, all four of them,
Can I
and
bonk
get
his
out.
nose instead?
It
Fine. You
tastes-
headbutt his nose and then poke his eyes.
Okay,
Tastes-
that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Tastes like sulfur.
I know. I don't want to bite it.
Hey,
Virtue gets out your grip and pretty much just like turns around, looks at you, and is like, "Excuse me."
I'm still running. I just sort of like dive off backwards and just sort of like, dude, what the fuck? And then just dive bomb off the edge.
I could go join him technically. I'm
Har-
really
Virtue-
tempted.
Virtue starts sprinting
Yo,
down
no, fuck,
the
yo,
hall.
no, say, yo, Harlow's already just going. Harlow's going. Harlow's not waiting for them. They're taking too long.
Okay, so
Harlow, you
you're
want to jump
running,
out,
right?
You want to jump out the window?
Yes, I am running.
Yeah.
Because
Who
Cass
all
is
is
taking a leap
jumping out the window?
Cass is leaping
not
out the
jumping.
window.
Okay.
I'm not.
How do you stop your fall, Cass?
Joke's on you. Levitate. I'm just gonna use it to just
Levitate,
kind of
levitate.
cushion the fall.
Do I notice Cass falling out the window?
Yes.
In that case, I'll circle back around, grab Cass. Well, not like necessarily grab, just sort of like, I don't know, put on my back, something.
I could wait. Can I see if I can just like land on his back? That'd be funnier.
You're gonna look superhero catch them.
Make an acrobatics or athletics.
Give me a sec.
I'm back. Sorry, I was on.
This was
Did
better.
anything happen?
A 27.
Cass also jumped out. Okay, Cass, you land on Rockcrusher's back.
Okay, cool. And then we're just booking it towards where Virtue said Keith left from.
Okay, so as you start booking it, you see the people underneath you start like gasping and like, oh my god, and then some of them like even throwing some shit at you if they're angry at you, which is usually just rocks. But one dagger comes flying by, but it misses very, very badly. But you sort of just push in the way of everyone trying to leave the Dusk Bowl. You push them right onto their ass, and then sort of just dive out of the arena. For Harlow Virtue,
Sorry,
you
would
two.
the dagger being thrown at me count as an attack?
Yes, but it missed very, very horribly. But yes,
Okay,
it is an
but
attack.
I'm still gonna vicious mockery.
Okay.
I just shout bitch.
Okay.
And
you.
they gotta make a wisdom save.
Okay.
I shout bitch so hard it affects them mentally.
2.
Hey, Claire.
2.
Yes.
Alright, they take 4 psychic damage.
You just hear someone say, "Hey, ow!" as you keep going.
And
Hey,
not that
hey,
it really
Claire.
matters, but they have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Okay. That citizen,
So
I got you.
like, I
They're
don't know,
already bad enough.
when they go home and try and like beat their children or something, the children they got a better
Okay.
chance.
Sounds good. Thank you. You're such a hero.
Oh god, that took me a second. Oh jeez, Rock.
I'm the good guy.
You're a hero. What were you gonna do, Harlow?
I was gonna say, that as soon as Virtue pointed out where they were, Harlow probably left immediately after that was pointed out where we could go.
Okay.
So like, while they were fighting over, going out the window and shit, Harlow's probably already gone.
Okay, so Virtue, you go back and see that Harlow is just gone. Lashba points at the exit still, and you just assume, and so you start trying your best to run after him, not knowing how far he's gotten during the time. Harlow, you keep going forward, and you can almost feel the ground under you sort of turn into like it's the rock underneath you starts to move and sort of like push you along the ground to go faster, almost as if it's like a one of those things at the airport, like in in a
Escalator?
yeah, just a it makes you go a lot.
It's like one of those airport like escalators.
Yes.
Oh,
And you
also,
sort of are
not like. Sorry.
Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say that you're just
Go ahead.
dragged and your motions are like a lot faster. And eventually Virtue, yours are as well to get down.
I was gonna say that not like it matters, but Harlow's facial expression, he looks very determined right now. Like he looks dead set on getting there as fast as he can.
Well, good for
And
you
he doesn't
because
look very happy at this. He doesn't look very happy at the same time.
Okay.
Reggie kind of looks at the ground, like notices it's helping, and it's just like, why thank you. Keeps going.
Okay. So with the help of that, we're going to do this. I'll do it. You know what? Harlow, Virtue, and Rockcrusher roll initiative.
Oh, great.
To see who gets there first.
That was
Is
2
that-
bad rolls.
Okay.
I got a
16?
great roll.
I got
Claire?
a 9.
Okay.
22.
Great. So, Harlow, you feel the ground underneath you start to become very, very fast. You're almost like knocked off your feet as it's just like throwing you through this wall. And you are thrown through a wall. You hit another one and then fall onto the ground on your back. And then you can also see Virtue doing the same. But you exit into this side hallway, and in the main hallway that people are going through, you see Keith.
Oh, lovely.
Virtue, you
I
land
Harlow
directly on top of Harlow, by the way.
Virtue gonna get off of you, gonna be like, oh, sorry.
Harlow just pushes himself up, basically, and is going to start walking in that direction. Like, more or less speed walking. He still looks pretty upset.
Wait, I don't know. Did Rockcrusher tell you? Probably not. Harlow, we're not gonna, no killing him. No jumping him. Not right now. We're going to.
Give me one good reason I shouldn't. fucking cut
It
his
might
head
not
off
be his
right
fault.
now.
It might not be his fault.
Why?
He can't read. Someone made him sign a paper. Then Pipes died. He can't read. He
Who
didn't know what
told
he
you
was.
that? Him?
Yes.
You know how often that man lies? You really know?
At which point,
Rockcrusher, you hear screaming coming from a hallway right next to Keith.
I understand, but let me talk to him. No killing him, not right now. You can later. We need answers. We need to stop something. We don't.
If this gets any farther because you wouldn't let me finish it right now, I'm going to be a lot angrier than I am right now.
I understand. But
And Harlow's going to walk the opposite direction. He's going to start storming away.
Gertrude then would rush off to Keith.
Rockcrusher, you also reach Keith at the same time.
Keith!
I'm not gonna go to Keith. Well, if I see this interaction Harlow and Virtue are having,
Okay.
I'm just gonna hover, wait for Virtue to go towards Keith, land next to Harlow.
Okay, so you're going to Harlow.
Yes, and then I'll just explain what the conversation that Virtue and I had before, just so they can get the lowdown.
Okay. Virtue, you walk up to Keith, and he's like, oh my god, hey! I haven't seen you in so long. Where have you been for the past, 2 days?
Harlow's still walking. Like, he's probably walking and talking to Rock.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, are
Yeah,
they going first, or are we?
I didn't know we were cutting to them or if we were staying with us. Sorry, I didn't. So I went quiet.
Here, we
Sorry.
could just finish your interaction with Rockcrusher. Go ahead.
well,
All right.
yeah, I explained what I explained to Virtue, or what Virtue and I talked about, and
Honestly don't care what he told her. Like, you know how much that man has lied to me in his entire life. You know what happened before I left this place? Did I ever tell you that or no?
you might have, but Henry might not have been here.
Sorry, that made me laugh a little out of character. Anyways, no, before I left this place, he was the one who tried to stop me. He was the one of the only two people here that I ever trusted in my life. One of them betrayed me, and the other one's dead.
I can see why you might have misgivings about him. But remember when we sort of planned to kill Henny that one time?
Yes.
We sort of stuck away and left OP and Virtue and Elena all that time.
Yeah.
And Virtue saw through that shit instantly. Like, it was instantaneous. Yeah. They knew what we were doing.
Which is why I'm just done. I'm done trying to lie to them. I'm just going to tell them how it is at this point.
Oh yeah, that's what yeah. So it's really annoying because it means we can't scheme and shit.
But even if they don't like the truth, they're just going to have to deal with it now because I just can't.
What I'm saying is that Virtue is pretty good at seeing through people's bullshit, and they seem to think, or seem to know, that Keith is, for want of a better word, retarded. And does not have the mental abilities to orchestrate an entire revolution. So, cool. Once we find out who's behind the whole thing, you can kill Keith. I'll help you, dude, if you want. But
what you're saying is that Keith is the neck, basically, of this entire operation, and we need to kill the head.
Yeah, we need to know how high this goes.
But if you cut off the neck, then the head has no power over the body anymore, does it?
Not necessarily. If it's a chicken, then you remove the head from a chicken. The chicken can still operate for a small amount of
Oh
time.
my god.
Yes, I
You're doing
heard
it,
a story
Virtue.
similar on the surface.
We want to know who the head is. Once we know who the head is, then we can cut the head off.
All I know is that that this revolution is only getting worse, and it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yeah, and if we kill Keith's a pawn, okay, we kill Keith, some other schmuck is probably going to end up taking his place. We want to know who's behind the curtain.
Fine.
And then, cool, we can kill Keith. He just needs to live for, I don't know, like a couple of hours. A day, maybe. Then we can kill him. Let Virtue do her talky bullshit, and then we can do our less talky bullshit.
Well, I'm going back to my pod. I'm just you can come with me if you want. You can go talk to Keith. It's up to you.
Do you still want the cloak? Because if we're not stealthing,
I'll use it probably at some point, but if not, you can have it back. If you want it back, you can have it.
I would kind of like it back.
All right. And he kind of like removes it and like gives it back to him. It's like, here you go.
Okay. Cass.
Ari.
Yes.
Cassandra. You think you could follow Virtue?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Can you put me down? I'd rather.
Oh yeah, sorry. And I'll just lift them off my shoulders, sort of put them down on the ground.
Thank you. I will say the landing was a 10 out of 10.
Thank you. I've done worse.
I believe it. Alright, Virtue, I will be behind you. You lead the way.
Virtue is not there.
Virtue,
she's not.
Sorry, I was talking. Sorry, my mom was texting me, so I had to text her back. Alright, so I'm gonna go roll stealth now.
You gotta shadow them.
Yep. Fun
You have to
time,
become
fun
a
time.
Batman. Live in his
That's not
legacy.
The one time I rolled.
Could I assist on the stealth roll? By I don't know,
I don't know how you're gonna
rub some mud on their face.
No.
I'm stealthy.
You're stealthy, but what the fuck are you gonna do if you're not there?
No, I am there. I'm just before they go off and stealth.
No.
He kind of does have to point me in the direction, anyways.
You point them in the direction, but you can't help them with the stealth part.
That's what I mean. I rub some mud on their face to help them camouflage. And
it keeps the white paleness. Because I am
the best I'll give you is an inspiration because you're a bard, but you can give her advantage.
Fine. I'll inspire.
Alright, what is that look like?
What
is yours like?
Here, pat on the back.
D6.
Yeah, you get a D6.
Give me a sec. D6.
And I'm going for a piss.
That's a 19 then. Even better. That's good. I'll take it.
All right, Virtue.
Yes.
You're gonna be walking and talking with Henny for the most part. He's not going anywhere. Sort of just he has a clipboard with a bunch of names on it, and he's just going around checking to see what they're doing and then checking it off. Yes, that's what I meant. You're going to be walking with him while he does this stuff. He's going to be fairly quiet about it all, and eventually stop and head off to a side hallway-ish, where no one can really see you. But for the first little bit, you are going to be out in the open. I will tell you when you are in private.
She kind of goes up to Keith, it's like, oh, hi, I've been meaning to, catch you.
Hey, where have you been for the past, 2 days?
Oh, I've been trying to keep the group in check. They've been all over the place.
I mean, if Arlo's in it, then of course it's going to be out of check.
Yes. How did you enjoy the festival and everything?
Pretty cool. You know, I didn't think that Andrea could do such cool things, but hey, I guess I was wrong.
Yes. Maybe finally, Harlow has a competitor.
I guess. I mean, she isn't going to be here for long because I just hired her to make sure that I don't die immediately, but I guess she could stay if she wanted to.
You hired her to make sure you don't die?
Well, I didn't, but she showed up saying that she was going to protect me, so.
Oh, who was she sent by?
She didn't tell me. I'm assuming Henny, probably.
Oh,
I'm back.
interesting. I've been having some more questions about the whole ordeal, so perhaps once we get into someplace quieter, I can ask you some things.
Sure. And he slowly moves the conversation into an empty weight training room because it is the day of the Dust Bowl and they're closed off.
All right. So I was curious if, like, who else is involved with this whole revolution? What is?
Subtle.
Yeah, I would be. I'm fine. Like,
Well, I want to say that it's just me and Henny, but I guess there are a few others, though I'm not really good at keeping in touch with them. The only one that I could really give you a name of is Bobo Whitlock. Pretty sure. There's someone else, but he keeps telling me his fucking name, but I can never pay attention enough to care and get it. But I know Bobo, at least.
do I know who this could be?
Well, Whitlock is
Yeah,
the Boring
as
Blade
anything.
leader.
So Boba. So that's. Oh, so that's the your friend that you were talking about before, the bunny.
Sure, we're friends.
And you said there's. Can you describe how they are they people of power? Do they look in a particular way?
Well, Bobo is a bunny, if that helps you.
Yes, the other ones. The other ones.
Oh,
The one you.
well, you've seen the Whitlock family. They're all dead, but there's one alive. He's pretty young, but he's still alive.
Yes, I'm talking about the people that you say that you can't remember their name, or you just.
Oh, oh, silly me. Um, well, I never talked to them directly, but just some people, I guess, just random people I'd never see again, come and tell me things on his behalf. Maybe a messenger, and then I just give him what he needs and then go on with my day. Haven't seen him in person.
What things?
You know, just where people are, things they need to keep in mind, the whole plan, you know?
Oh. Do do they look a certain way, or like wear certain colors or an emblem?
I never saw him. Saw people that looked like him, though. They were very scary.
What they look like?
They were just giant that had masks over their face and had helmets over their heads. It was heavy armor, or whatever. Threatened me a few
Do I
times.
know anything of that sort? Could I roll history on that? Or
Sure.
okay, I'll accept that. Ooh, that's not bad. I was expecting worse. History, intelligence, free. 21.
Okay. So you know that the underground doesn't have people dressed in full armor. You know, give me a second, little rascal. You know that the pine blades definitely don't use any sort of armor that isn't wooden, and from the way they designed, it's shiny and such, so it's not the pine blades. You don't ever see the cloud blades in any armor. You haven't met burrowing blades. Torch blades don't have armor. Star blades do have heavy armor. Sheer blades don't have heavy armor. Mirage blades have heavy armor. Iron blades have heavy armor, and coral blades have heavy armor. So the only tribes you know use some sort of heavy gear that's on the shinier side are coral blades, iron blades, and star blades.
May I ask if this Iron Blade ring anything to you, or is it just nothing?
Oh my god, you're so funny! God, you're like trailing everything in my fucking mind again. I remember seeing one of them have a crest on it on their stuff and a crest on their sword.
I can't wait to kill this dude. Holy shit.
Oh? What did the crest... Can you remember what it looked like?
It had like a shield, an axe, I think. Probably, maybe.
A shield... Okay, do I know anything like that? Do I have to roll
That is
history
the
again?
symbol for the Ironblades.
Right. Wonderful. Good. Just want to make sure.
Rockcrusher has one, and Carver also had one.
Oh. You
I
haven't explained the
You
symbols
don't
to me.
show. Oh, they're written in the NPC last part.
I would say that I probably wouldn't have mine anymore,
Nope.
considering how long I spent away from the tribe.
Well, that is
Carver definitely had one.
wonderful. And you said they always come to you in, like, the dark and hand you things and tell you things?
Well, some of them say things, but sometimes it's a different language, so they have an encryption in common written on a paper, but I feel too bad to tell them I can't read it, so I kind of just either say yes or no. But it's fine, because we're basically winning at this point, so.
Yes, of course. Can I roll insight to see if anything that he said today was not
Okay.
triple? You know, my amazing rolls for insight. Okay.
For once, I won't. For once, I won't make fun of your insight.
Thank you.
Okay, no, hold. When it benefits the party, I won't make fun of it. Okay.
Alright, I'll be 40.
He is telling the truth.
Okay. That was so enlightening. Thank you. Also, that the whole thing with the burrowing blade and everything, that's still on, right?
Oh yeah, we had to change it to tomorrow because we just had to change it. Yeah.
That's completely fine. All right. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Great. And just to let you know, I don't think there's gonna be another Dusk Bowl, so that is a good start.
Okay. Sounds... I mean, Taco did say the last time there wasn't a Dust Bowl, everything sprung into havoc, so I hope it doesn't happen again.
Even better.
You want havoc?
You go to sleep. You have a big day tomorrow.
Why do you mean even better if they're all in havoc, though?
Then they'll just listen to anyone that's willing to lead them.
Oh.
It's flawless logic.
Right, that is wonderful. Right, you're so smart. I will go now. I really do need to get some rest. Pleasure speaking to you.
Great, you too. See you tomorrow.
See you. Virtue will then leave, and after getting a good ways away, just be like, oh my god, he's so stupid.
I'm assuming, like, once, like, Cass is aware that it's not, like, she's good, she's probably gonna go over to Virtue and be like, yeah, he is.
Hey, like, how does, when, I didn't even know you could be that stupid. I've met people who haven't. I didn't go to school. I'm not that stupid. What?
I didn't even finish school, so. And you're a therapist. How are you a therapist when you didn't go to school?
I mean, I learned. It wasn't really school. It was more like very big. It's solo, independent studies.
Homeschooling?
Yes.
Good enough. I
And it
mean,
was much later in my life. I didn't need it when I was younger, but
I can tell that you are a very smart person. You probably would have surpassed many school levels, to be honest.
well, thank you. But yes, I didn't need it when I was younger, but once I became older, I had a desire to learn, and that's exactly what I did.
I can't say I had a desire to learn per se, but But anyways, let's get back to the others to make sure that they haven't done anything too much.
Yes, let me tell Rockcrusher the news that we've been wanting to hear. Transition music.
Cass, after telling Virtue that they are not in the room, but back at the housing grounds, that's the word. You both head to the housing grounds.
Hey, Claire.
Yes.
Really quick, this doesn't have to. You don't have to do this, but I would like to say, even if Rock is with Harlow, I would like Harlow to stop by Ice Memorial.
Ice Memorial is in the
Just
housing
to
grounds.
yeah, I know it's in that area. That's why I'm saying he's stopping by, like, in the way, like just standing there for a minute, at least to look,
Okay.
and then continues walking.
What are Harlow and Rockcrusher doing as the other two catch back up with you in the housing grounds? Most likely in Harlow's room.
They're just sitting down, being two bros, chilling out.
6 feet apart.
No, they're cuddling. What are you talking about? It's Pride Month.
They're cuddling?
Come on, man.
I say 3. I say 3 feet apart because Rock said he might swing both ways. I'm just saying.
Dun, dun, dun.
Great. So you guys are just sitting,
Wait.
not really doing much?
Yeah. Also, I'd like to say that technically speaking, I've never said it, but I think Harlow swings both ways too, because he did have like a thing for Kaisona back in season 1. But I don't know if that means swinging. But I don't know what Kaisona was considered, so I don't want to be
You'll
assuming.
fuck anything.
So
That's what you're saying.
yeah.
Basically.
I mean, you went after a cat.
No. Harlow is attracted to personalities. Jeez, Claire,
But
way to
you
assume.
fucked a tabaxi while she was drunk. Well, you were drunk. Consensual, but
Well,
still.
do you know what?
So-
Well, you know what that? Well, you know what that was different. So
So Hollow's a furry.
She's different.
Anyways,
Harlow
moving
just
on.
built it. Leave him alone.
Question, Claire.
Yes.
Are furries a thing in this world? Because
Would they?
humanoids exist looking like furry animals.
I really have to think about this one.
Are there people
Maybe it's a
out there?
derogatory term.
Are there people out there that fetishize tabaxis and
Oh,
I suppose
yes.
scalies?
Yeah.
There are definitely
Yeah,
people
definitely.
that fetishize tabaxis, Aarakocra, dragonborns, those that are more on the animalistic side than human.
Okay.
There's definitely a crowd for that, but they don't go around dressing up as those. They just look from
No, those are
distance
changelings.
very uncomfortably.
They just send them really inappropriate messages on dating apps.
Hey, I mean, you've already gotten one love letter of a person trying to fuck you, so
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That is true.
I
If we ever
didn't.
do return, no, I didn't forget about that either. If we ever do return to Aslanis, that's definitely up on the list of things to figure out.
Oh god.
Your arc is just
Some
going to be
mystery.
figuring out.
That is
Okay.
Rockcrusher's arc. Is trying to figure out how we can get
Anyways, so you two are just sitting around. Rockcrusher is thinking about that one time he got a really, really, really weird note. Virtue and Cass, you enter the housing grounds and see them sitting 3 feet apart from each other on the
Alright.
ground.
Virtue will approach them, kind of just like sit down, like not between them, like not in the middle of them, but like a few feet away, just like plop down, but in the center, I guess.
In between.
I don't know how to explain that.
Yes, I get it. I get it.
Okay.
Press.
Kind of be like, okay, so I have news. Rockcrusher,
Where?
the Ironblades are involved.
Good to know. Good to know.
He says that Keith told me that multiple times he's had people with heavy armor and spooky masks that were super big, with the Ironblade sigil, come up and hand him things or talk to him, and he told me how he can't read what he's being given, so he's too embarrassed to really say that he can't read, so he just says yes or no, and so really, every time that Keith is given a decision, it's a 50-50 chance of yes or no, and it's completely random.
What the heck?
So we've confirmed the fact Keith is indeed retarded.
Yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't quite use that word, but yes.
I would use that word.
Okay. But yes, I have think that he is very,
Putting
very...
out there, Rockcrusher is a character and does not in fact reflect Henry's views.
Just don't
Use of the word.
Basically
start
anything
going
that
around
Rock
using
says.
slurs, okay? Racial slurs or homophobic ones, okay?
Hey, wait until my next character. He's gonna drop the N-word.
Oh god.
God damn
Oh,
it!
God.
It's like, but my character's black. It's fine.
I'm like DiCaprio in a Tarantino movie. I'm just doing it for the role.
Exactly. Continue.
But yes, basically, Keith is very, very stupid. We're going to see the Burying Blade tomorrow, not in 2 days. One moment. Yes, ma'am?
Your DMs real quick.
Are you okay,
Thank
Virtue?
you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Hi, Virtue's mum.
Hi, Virtue's mom.
She left. You wouldn't want
Tell her we
to
said
meet
hello.
Virtue's actual mother. Anyway,
Wonder what that means.
yeah, I wonder.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Did she say
But
something?
he's very stupid and will basically answer to anything. So he's not really orchestrating everything. It's more a random guessing game.
He's more the
Okay.
carrier pigeon.
Well, in that case, shall we do a little time skip?
We will not do a
Rockcrushers.
little time skip.
I mean,
because
shall we go to sleep and wait until tomorrow when this is going to happen?
do you want to go to sleep? Do you want to go to sleep?
Well,
What
most
is this accent?
I don't know.
It's
Well, I
been
don't
a
know,
while
but
since in Rockcrusher, the accent will vary.
well, I don't know about you guys, but unless you have anything else planned, I'm gonna head to the next few not really doors, but next room over and just probably
Pods.
relax in the room.
I guess.
Pods, yes, the pods. I'm gonna be a few pods away, probably just relaxing and working on some blankets.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything else to do. We gotta kill some time.
Virtue's going to kind of like scoot over in front of Harlow and just be like, Harlow,
Yes.
I'm sorry about how rushed I tried to explain things to you. It might have came off as rude or not understanding. I know how Keith upset you and how Keith is responsible for so many things and betrayed you. And really, if you want to kill him after all of this, I have no quarrel. You can do it whatever you please. I just wanted to know, I wanted to let you know that I'm not trying to stop you or intervene or try to tell you what to do. It's really that there's more things at stake, and Keith is not the deciding factor. I mean, he is, but I feel that once Keith is gone, the Ironblades will either just take over completely the operation, or maybe Henny will take over. And if Henny takes over, he is actually fairly intelligent. It's scary that Keith just says yes or no to everything without knowing what he's saying yes or no to, and it just... and it's a wild card of whatever's going on. But if someone with actual malice and who's fairly intelligent has the ropes, that's even more worrisome. I'm
What
afraid
happened to you
killing
being
Keith...
lying to me? What happened to that? Did that just go out the window as soon as this happened?
What?
You could have told me, but you decided to keep it a secret. I thought we were done lying to each other.
What did I lie about?
An absence of the truth is still a lie, Virtue.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Okay,
Rockcrusher, go the fuck to
while
sleep.
you two were at the wall, I used Leshba to find Keith, and I pretended to be his friend so I could get more information. I'm not his friend.
And you
I
didn't
think
tell
he's
us?
stupid. No, I was afraid that if I told you that it would be too obvious. I wanted it to seem genuine. I did plan on telling you like I am now. I didn't do it to hurt you. I just wanted to help.
I'm going to sleep. I'll deal with this tomorrow.
Dealing with it, you know, is not sitting in silence and making yourself so busy you can't speak to me.
Well, I can't force you to do anything. That's up to you to decide to feel comfortable enough to actually talk to me instead of waiting until we literally had this exact conversation about waiting being a problem. What if it had gotten worse whenever you were waiting? What if it had gotten too bad and we couldn't do anything about it by the time that we got to it?
I made sure
Then
I
what?
had the control. I would have told you as soon as things looked sideways, but things were going right. And just like now, I don't see me telling you about everything that has gone on in my life being relevant in this place underground
I don't
when they
expect
aren't
that,
even here.
Virtue. You are entitled to your privacy. I don't pry on what happened with you because I believe that you will talk to me about it when you are ready. Okay? It's not about that. It's about not telling me what could directly affect all of us. That's what I told you.
I put myself in danger to talk to Keith. What I did could have affected me and my life. I did not want to drag you into it because I cared about you and I didn't want you getting hurt.
Cared.
At that
So
moment,
you
I
don't care
did.
anymore?
Oh god, you're worse than... Okay, I do care about you. I was talking in a past tense, because I did it in the past. I wasn't saying I don't care about you now. I do care about you. If I didn't care, I would be having this conversation. I'm having this conversation because I care.
As I told Rock, he's done. Like, it's trust is a delicate thing, Virtue. I'm sure you know that just as well as I do. It's difficult, and it's not ever going to be easy for me. I just want it to be easier. I'm genuinely trying. Even with everything going on, I'm still trying.
I know, and you're progressing, and I am proud of you, but things don't happen immediately. It takes time, and it will hurt, and you will trust people that just stab you in the back. But do know I'm not one of those people, and I would never. I wasn't intending to hurt you. I wanted to make sure this went right, because I knew you would tear yourself up even more if you made a bad call and you killed Keith, and that is what made the underground die.
But I would tear myself up even more if something were to happen to you and I didn't feel like you trusted me enough to tell me, and something were to happen to you in that time and I couldn't do anything to stop it.
I'm sorry, and I swear I will be more transparent. But if it means anything to you, I did not decide on pretending to be Keith's friend, nor did I didn't do it until I was there. I didn't plan on it. I was reading books. I saw him, I started to talk to him, and it ended up me pretending to be his friend. It wasn't pre-planned. But if it affects you this much, I swear I will be more transparent, and as soon as anything goes on, you will be the first to know.
Again, I don't need everything, just things that are important to know, you know?
Things that could affect you and everyone else.
Things that could affect you, things that could affect me, things that could affect Rock. I care about all of you. I can't say I care about Cass as much. I'm sorry, I've just met them, but
Cass in her sleep is going, ouch.
She doesn't care. I'm sorry, she doesn't.
But and like I said, when we had that conversation, it was about things that went on in my own life. I didn't quite comprehend that you meant even things such as that until this moment. It was a misunderstanding, and I'm sorry. I swear I will try to make sure that every single time something that goes on, I tell you.
all right. That's all I can ask for, is that you try.
I will.
Thank you, Virtue.
You shouldn't thank me.
Yeah, but I just can't help it. I'm going to bed now, okay?
Alright. I'll see you in the morning.
I'll see you in the morning. and
Okay.
Harlow is going to go to sleep.
Are
Oh,
all
hey,
of you
Harlow.
going to sleep?
It turns out we were completely wrong to distrust Virtue. She completely was right.
Shut up, Rock. I'm trying to sleep.
Okay. Do all of you want to take your long rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up like smart though. No.
No.
I think you've been smart for a while.
Do you guys
Guess
want
what?
me to keep going?
I
I'm
mean,
okay
I'm
with
down.
either.
Yes. Yes.
Also,
Everyone's
I'm,
like,
I'm,
yup.
It's been a month. It's been a month, Claire. Yes.
God damn.
Claire,
Fine,
Claire,
okay.
Claire, I also should say really quick. I had a really good scheme that I decided against doing, where I was just gonna have somebody run by how to read and write by Harlow while the potion was affecting him. So it just stuck in his mind, but I
But that would
decided
be
against it. So
Thank
I mean,
God.
that
Thank you.
would have worked, but then your intelligence would have gone back to fucking 8. You would have not worked.
Thank you for keeping
Mm.
your disadvantage alive. I don't fucking know. Anyways, everyone take a long rest.
I did.
I have.
I don't think I get for it. So
I get my inspirations back, baby.
I
Wow.
didn't do anything really. So
Cool. In the morning, all of you are woken up by someone banging onto the side of Harlow's pod.
fucking Harlow, a little agitated, gets up probably and is like just fucking like goes over there, looks at who the fuck is banging on my fucking door.
I Kool-Aid man through my pod.
I'm guessing. I don't know. I didn't imagine Virtue going to a separate pod, so I'm guessing Virtue was in Harlow's, just like in a corner.
Just lay out a bedroll. Yeah, like
I mean, I like every single time Virtue has slept in Harlow's room, so I don't know why Virtue would do different now.
Okay.
yeah.
So Rockcrusher, you're waking up and then bursting through the wall to Harlow's pod?
To the corridor to see who's knocking on the wall of Hollow's pod.
Okay. All right.
But it looks very much like the Kool-Aid man.
Okay.
Rock, can you give us a Rockcrusher? Oh yeah, please.
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
Virtue
Oh, no,
looks
that's
startled,
beautiful.
gets up, and kind of like looks at Harlow, and is just like, and watches as Harlow goes to check, but doesn't leave.
Who is it?
You see that it is the darker half-elf Andrea.
Cass is like poking out the pod. She isn't in a good mood. She's just like, why? Fucking why?
She looks up
Harlow's
at
not
you
I
and says, "Get down here."
immediately Kool-Aid man back into my pod.
You
Who are
out
you?
here too.
I already had a bad night as is. Alright, whatever. It's like she kind of starts
Gets
making her
up.
way.
Virtue gets up and like peeks around the corridor, like looking at them, like
Rockcrusher, you see a dagger whiz by your head as she says, "Get out here. I don't want to fight.
I have to feed my cat.
Bring it with." Surprised
He
that
does
things
have
are
a
dead.
cat, to be fair.
I
Fine,
don't
fine.
care.
That's just rude.
Looks like
Fine.
someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Well, I care about people slamming on my door in the morning. Okay,
It wakes you up.
I was having a good. What do you want? What do you want?
Are you the fire starters?
I'm not a part of them. Not really, exactly. I'm just
You
here
are
for a
now.
bit.
You
Bitch!
hung out with
Virtue
them.
isn't even there. Virtue's like looking at them through a corridor.
What's it to you?
Guilty by association, I guess. Sucks to be you.
Great.
Seems like it.
I have been
Oh.
told you're trying to kill my target. Why?
Who's your target?
What do you think? Guess.
Why are you saying target as if like you're gonna kill him?
I don't know. To be
That's what I
completely
call all the
transparent with you, there's a lot of people that I've tried to kill throughout
Yeah.
my life. Like, you're gonna have to be a lot more specific and narrow it down for me.
Great. Why are you trying to kill Keith and Henny?
Oh, do you
Just
want
don't
the,
like him.
do you want the long or the short?
Don't
Yeah,
care.
because there's like a long.
Give me the short.
Don't like him.
Henny, because he's a bitch, and apparently Harlow's my friend here. Harlow, he's the blue one.
I know.
Okay, cool.
There's three
Apparently
blue ones.
because his sister had something iffy going on, and we were going to try and kill him anyway. But then we weren't because Spine was like, "Don't kill him because he's mine."
You
Keith,
talked to Spine.
of course we talk to Spine. Who do you think we are? We've got friends in high places, retard.
Yeah.
I like how
Going.
just like pinch the bridge of her nose, like, oh, these dumbasses. I don't want to be here anymore.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
don't think I don't know who you are.
I said keep
Um,
going.
Keith, because well, actually, no, you're wrong. We're not trying to kill either of them. They just have information.
Took you that long. Who's the one here who talks to people? There's gotta be
I mean, it
I think
varies.
suck at it.
We all.
we all.
It depends what kind of talking we're trying to do.
Yeah, it varies.
Who is the
Like,
person I can talk to without wanting to punch in the face?
me.
No, God, not you. It's probably gonna be me or like kind of looking around, realizing Virtue's not with the party. Like, where's the other
Virtue's
one?
like. I like to imagine Virtue's like tucked behind Harlow.
That Virtue's in your room still, but peeking out.
For now, you can just
Yeah,
talk.
like I was saying, I was saying, imagining tucked behind like Harlow peeking out. Like that's what I was kind of imagining.
Yeah.
For now, you can just talk to me if you want.
Great. What are you trying to do in the underground? Stop the
For me at
revolution?
least, I'm gonna be honest with you. With me, I just want to
I
get the
don't
hell out
want
of the
you.
underground. Hey, look, okay.
I want you all. I
All
don't
right.
give a shit about your little side quest you want to get done with here. What is the
I'm
big
Alright.
picture?
I'm
All right,
gonna
Miss Posse
put a,
Pants. Look,
I'm gonna
we
put
are
a hand on her shoulder and just, if you want to talk to them like that, you're talking to me.
yeah. At that point,
Okay.
just talk to him.
Can I have Harlow behind Rock? By the way, at this point.
What is the big picture?
We're not sure. Things are much more complicated than we originally intended. You say Keith and Henny are your targets? Who's hired you?
I was hired by a leader.
Oh, very specific.
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
no, we just.
That doesn't narrow it down.
The
I'm
leader?
sure you.
How many leaders are there? 11, maybe? If you squint hard enough?
You know who I am. You know where I'm from. That leader?
She stays quiet and says, I wanted to be you as a kid. Little child. I admired what you did. But I was told off. I wanted you to win. But then, yes, that leader talked me out of it.
If you admired what I did, you missed the point.
Was there a point?
No.
I
That's
made
what I
a
did.
point. And I made it fun. And I want it to continue. The fun, I mean.
People you're supposedly after, and the person who's hired you, apparently, to hunt them, isn't what you're looking for. This isn't...
I was trained to win, not kill. But I'm willing to if it's in the way. Stamping out ants. There's a bigger goal, always. And it just involves getting rid of a few bugs.
Is that what I look like to you? An ant?
I don't mean to
You
kill
think
you.
Do you think you could squash me?
No. I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to stop you from doing my job for me. I don't want your help, your pity.
Good. Because it looks like my job and your job have overlaps. So maybe, if we keep this civil, we could help each other. You're trying to find Henny and Keith, so are we.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm going more intimidation here.
Make an intimidation check.
Claire, you don't have to say this, but like, would Harlow being behind him be more intimidating? Because Harlow is kind of intimidating, but I don't know if you'd want to do that. So that's up to you.
I got my boys with me.
I can say you could give like
This
a threatening glare, I guess.
That was kind of the idea behind him being behind Rock, was for more of a threatening kind of.
Well,
like,
even Virtue hiding behind Harlow's skirt and Cass stuttering, it's still a 4v1.
Yeah.
Sure, go with advantage.
Gotta love strong arming. the
Virtue
DM.
isn't even there.
Yes, like all I see
You're
is just
welcome.
Virtue peeking through the corner. Damn.
This whole time she's been like, "Oh yeah, I want all of you." It's just Virtue not even there. Doesn't even care.
Yes, you're 23.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She stares at you and then sort of grabs something out of her pocket, and it's a tiny piece of paper. And then she hands it to you and says, I found this with a bunny running from it.
A bunny.
You figure out what happened as long as I get the final blow.
Henny. Maybe. Keith belongs to someone else.
No, I saw a bunny from it. A bunny dropped this.
Oh, so you want to kill the bunny?
I'm saying it could be helpful. I'm not dumb. I know this bunny is important.
Who'd you want the final blow on? The bunny or the penny or Keith?
Keith.
Okay.
No. Okay. Keith belongs to someone else. Keith, I can't give you that. Henny, sure. I can let that one
need
go.
a head.
You can have the head. Cool.
Great. Take the paper.
Genuinely, how Harlow wanted to kill him.
I think.
Okay.
I think we got this one. I'm not even going to look at the paper. I'm just going to hand it over to Virtue.
I'm not there, but
Yeah, no, Virtue, you're
if you let me-
You're hiding behind Harlow.
No, Virtue's hiding in Virtue's hiding in Harlow's room.
Then I hand it to Cass.
Alright.
But Virtue, who's been eavesdropping, and finally comes out after all that, and she's like,
Yeah, I'm not
hello.
I'm not breaking eye
And-
contact with her. I'm just taking it.
I'm a
off the
little late
side.
to this party.
Happy
May I
late.
ask, what color was the bunny?
It was white. And if you want my advice, hiding shows you're vulnerable. Best not to do it again.
She's anything but vulnerable.
I work smart, not hard. Now, thank you for your wonderful enlightenment.
She goes up and picks up her dagger that she threw past Rockcrusher, and then makes a cut on her arm with the dagger and starts to walk out.
That was interesting.
Maybe to check the sharpness for all we know. She did throw it at stone.
Here's the thing that confuses me, Rockcrusher.
I'm just
If
as she walks out, I'm just sort of going to follow to the door, and then just sort of stare down as she walks out.
Okay.
Rockcrusher.
You know, just not speaking, just watching.
Rockcrusher.
Just shut up, Fletcher. I'm still watching her. I'm trying to be intimidating. Shut up.
She's far away now.
Okay, now cool. Okay, what do you want?
If she is working with the Ironblades and trying to kill Keith, doesn't that go along with what I said? If they kill Keith, they get control. The fun keeps going.
Potentially. I mean, yeah, that might work, actually. They kill... The Ironblades kill the leader of the revolution. Blame it on Spine.
Both of them. He's killing Henny and Keith. You know how I said if Keith died, Henny might take over? If they're both dead, those are both the leaders of the revolution. If the Ironblades are involved, who's third in line?
Trust me, if the Ironblades wanted to take this whole operation over, they could.
Maybe Spine's holding them back.
One mediocre spellcaster and Keith are not going to stop whatever the Ironblades have in hold. I think. And this is just a theory. This is not concrete. That somehow, whatever she's called, just imagine I said her name.
Andrea.
And if Andrea kills Keith and Henny, she's good. We've seen her work. We know she's good. She kills them. All someone needs to do, anyone, Ironblades are good, is to blame it on Spine. And suddenly they have two martyrs. Two people that have died for the cause. And suddenly this whole city is going to go up in flames.
They're playing, instead of just taking it over, they're playing the long game. But arguably the easier one.
Exactly, they don't have to get involved.
They don't have to do anything.
All they have to do is hire an assassin. Which is what they've done, apparently. Keith and Henny die. The whole revolution finally gets a foothold, because Spine has murdered two people.
And if Spine is knocked out of power, then no longer can he stop the Ironblades from doing what they want.
Even if he's not knocked out of power, he's still going to be weakened by revolution.
True.
This is what Ironblades have excelled in throughout centuries, is destabilizing civilizations, conquering. And I mean, I know throughout in the past it's been brute force, but who's to say they haven't learned?
If you think about it, say you're right. say they're going to blame it on Spine. And Spine is now this horrible leader can be compared to the Whitlocks. And everything starts going to havoc. The Ironblades could just come in and promise them everything they've ever wanted. Then they'll willingly let them take over, kill Spine, or vanquish him from this place.
But yeah,
And
like
Those
easily they have control.
Wouldn't there be a problem with that? Because if the Ironblades do continue with their brute force, these people are not liking how the underground's being run. They're starting to slowly not want to fight, or at least not when it comes to death. They don't want the violence. At least not what's been happening here. They don't want this anymore. If
exactly.
the Ironblades come in, they won't. I don't think they will change exactly everything. At least with
But they
brute
can
force.
promise.
They
They can give
they,
empty
they
promises.
promise peace. They promise stability. They
Yes,
brand Henny and Keith die. They brand Spine as a tyrant who has murdered these two people. A civil war ensues. The Ironblades come in at the opportune moment, promising peace, stability, protection. And then all they need is to establish a foothold. And no amount of strength can
good
protect you
chance.
from an Ironblade army.
There's a good chance the vicious cycle will start over again. I think the only way we can really solve this is if we turn the revolution into something that supports Spine, which will be hard for sure.
Which means there's something much more more
If
going on than we originally believed.
Because we can't just at first we just wanted the revolution to, we almost thought the same way as them. We kill those two, revolution slowly, hopefully dies down, but because of all this, it's opened a lot of doors, a lot of problems.
As Harlow said, we have to cut the head off the beast. And
if
This beast seems to have more than one head.
it's like a Hydra.
That's, as far as we know at the moment, the beast is the Ironblade leader
If
who's
they come
orchestrating this whole.
in, perhaps that is why Spine hasn't done anything, or just simply killed off them, like you said, or stopped the revolution, because that's not the problem. That's not what's going to make the underground go up in flames. It's the Ironblades. That might be what he's holding back.
And with this white, it does not seem to be making it any better.
I mean, we know Spine is powerful, but against the might of an entire force of Ironblades, I don't rate his chances.
And seeing how his people are not fully supporting him either, it won't go well.
This place is a tinderbox.
It is.
It's ready to go up at any moment. All it needs is a little push, which would be the death of Henny and Keith.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but we actually might need to keep them alive. At least a little longer.
As much as I hate to say it as well, I think Cass is right.
We might have to change their minds. As stubborn as those bastards are.
I think we just need to show them the truth.
Perhaps I could convince.
They've been played for tools just as much as we have.
Yeah, we have. They really have. And the thing is, if we are to convince them, they might not take the truth. Because even if you had given the truth, their wool has been pulled over their eyes, and that wool is so thick.
The truth is a bitter pill to swallow.
It is.
Maybe I could convince Keith. I feel like he'd take anything I say. Yes. I can be very direct with him, and he'll just eat it up, but...
It's Keith, but Henny's a whole other situation. Henny does not like any of us, and we've made fun of him for so long. The chances of him listening to us is so slim. You haven't, but you've been with us. There's a good chance he still won't like you.
We know he's not a good person. I
He
have no,
might
I
be
have no moral or ethical qualms with killing that man.
He may be convinced. I can try. What would be the harm in doing it? Either I get very rejected and I'm thrown to the curb, and we have to go from a first step, or maybe I could get some sense into him.
Question is, how much do we unload on them? Because we can't unload everything.
I think it's probably best to do that afterwards.
Hmm.
Deal with this first. Deal with the Ironblades first. Then we drop this bombshell on them.
We're going to have
Keith, like Virtue said, would probably be easy enough to convince. He's young, he's naive. Henny is, as much as I hate to say it, smart, vain, and will hate to know that he's been manipulated.
And let's be honest, he probably thinks he has all the information, but he doesn't.
Perhaps.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to deny it. It's going to make him angry.
If I can convince him, though, then he might.
You'll need hard evidence.
I mean,
you
please.
I don't trust word.
Exactly. Please convince him. But I think he's going to be much harder to convince than Keith will be.
I say we try to work with Keith the most, and hopefully we can get harder evidence for Henny if Henny's willing to even listen.
Well, that's well, we know our direction now.
There's only one issue. They're doing something with the brewing blade today. I don't know what. But they're doing something.
Wasn't that what you were invited to?
Yes.
Do you know if it's anything violent or anything that could hurt everyone?
I was going, but if it's anything to do with the brewing blade. Last time that the brewing blade was released, I read this somewhere, when it was released and it didn't have a proper leader that it took to or liked, it went haywire. And from what I read, it doesn't really like Spine.
Could they be trying to see if they have a new one? Could be throwing Spine out from under his little quote under his nose from what they think.
If the brewing blade... Okay, there is another Whitlock that's alive. It's their son. If the brewing blade takes to him, he might be able to take away Spine's control. But without Spine's control, if Spine is holding back the Ironblades, what will a naive bunny do?
When's this meeting?
Claire, could you tell me when the meeting is? We discussed it, but there was never it wasn't very good discussing.
It was after the night bell is rung.
Thank you. After the night bell is rung, it will happen.
So we have a few hours to figure out what we're going to do. At least for this.
Cass.
Yes.
You're adept at the arcane.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to make someone disappear from sight?
Not exactly, sadly.
Are you able to cast invisibility?
No. At best, all I can do is have someone invisible, as in I can cast an invisible servant, but that's not much.
Are you able to mask anyone's presence, anything?
Not exactly. No, I don't think I can.
That room is quite large. Maybe, Rockcrusher, you could be on the ceiling?
I can change my appearance.
I mean, you'd have to have a really good damning appearance, because I think they won't be letting any randoms in.
Perhaps you could. It's a violent option, but perhaps you could get one of the
As much
stragglers.
as I hate to say it, I don't think the violent option is going to get us very far this time.
Yeah, especially if this meeting is how we think it's going to go, violence will not help. And if it's going to be near the burrowing blade, violence will surely not help.
I didn't mean violent like that. I just meant if you see someone that's going to go there, if you take them and
So what he did with the grave person who was trying to
yes,
bury.
take them, hide them away, and take their appearance for a little bit. I don't think anyone would notice.
Well, if we're gonna do that, why don't both me and Rock do it? Because it's better to have two backups than one.
I'm just thinking about Harlow here. He's just as heavy hitter as I am, if not more.
Yes, Harlow would be a lot better to have him, but I don't think he can really change himself, can he?
Yeah, no. I mean, I can change myself. I can't change others.
And neither can
And
I.
I have vertical mobility.
There's not much we can do.
Hey,
At least for
while you
Harlow.
think, did I ever say what the note said that Andrea?
No one's actually read it. Cass is supposed to read it.
That is true.
Okay.
So like Cass will be just like, hold up, wait, I completely forgot about the note. Like as she kind of pulls it out and kind of looks at it. Can she read the note is the question.
Yeah. Can you read common?
Yes, thankfully.
Great.
I'd be sad if you
It'll
couldn't.
give you a bit more time to think because the note says, "Shall I kill Taco Blight next?" And that's what I'll end the session with.
Fuck!
Ooh.
Damn you, Claire! You make us wait a month and you end it on 3 o'clock anyway.
I
Also,
ended up
I
30
was
minutes later. You're welcome. The fuck.
Damn
also
you, Claire. Damn you.
I had Harlow in his own head, kind of thinking about this, and I was genuinely thinking about it as well. But do you know one thing we haven't taken into consideration is
What?
um something that is on Virtue's arm, if I'm not mistaken.
The
The
tracker.
favor.
Yes.
The favor.
The favor is from Carver because the favor Carver had done for Virtue, and Virtue needs to
Yeah.
fulfill his side. So no matter what, Henny has to die no matter what. If it is to fulfill the favor.
Oh, so we have to kill Henny.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking about.
Well, if anything, if we can somehow prove that the assassin was by the Ironblades, we can pin it on the Ironblades, but that's if we're lucky.
What if we just get concrete? What if we just hold up? Better plan. What if we just let this bitch kill Henny, and then just like make it a very public event without them knowing it? How funny would that be? Be great.
It'd be funny, but it's gonna be very hard because she seems to know her business.
No, I know. And I wish it was that easy, but
Actually,
She's been seen in the Dust Bowl. If everyone sees her murdering 2 people, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, cool, that was Spine. Spine made her kill these people."
hmm.
yeah, there would have to be some kind of proof that she was.
Well,
Like,
you would
who she
think that she would, because she technically might be seen as a slight outsider because she's new to the underground. I'm assuming.
Yeah, Harlow
So
doesn't
her
even know her,
coming-
so
Yeah, so if Harlow doesn't even know her, her coming out of the blue would seem very weird. And let's see,
Oh,
we've had about
I know her.
7 random people come into the underground out of nowhere that no one understands why they are here.
I know her.
Yes, I get you know her, but people that have been within the underground don't.
Hmm.
So let's see, we have to worry about Taco's death, Keith, Henny, and that's really it so far, from what I'm aware of.
Taco can die. I don't care much for that man.
I actually don't want Taco to die. Taco's kind of nice. I like him.
Sure, each to their own. I care not.
The
God.
real question is the real question for me is like where's that logic for killing Taco though?
Taco
Because
is technically Spine's right-hand man. You kill his
yeah,
right-hand man,
yeah,
and his...
but why would the people of the underground look at that and be like, ah, yeah, Spine killed his right hand man?
Well,
Like,
who said it was?
no,
Who said it was for the underground? That could have just been to get
no
Spine
one
into
said
a
it was from the
weaker...
underground. I'm just saying that
My
if it
point.
was from a white bunny,
Yeah, but if killing
Oh.
Spine's right-hand man, who is really close to Spine, who Spine has already lost Pipe, who seems to be really close with him, that could just mess him up more mentally.
How does the bunny play into all of this?
Well, I'm assuming the bunny is the said heir.
see,
Is that fair?
honestly, the only person in this and like that has been brought up that makes the most sense to kill is this bunny. Because that makes the most sense to kill out of everyone here, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, with killing the bunny, I was about to say
It
who has
takes
the
away
moral
the
to
power.
kill
It
the
takes
kid,
away the
but
power
Only
of
if you
getting
guys are talking about the
the blade on their
strengths.
side. It takes away the power of getting the blade on their side, though, because if that's the only person that blade is going to connect with, and you get rid of it, then like before they can connect with it, then it's going to
Hope,
it's
Okay,
not going to work.
so
Hope, I'm gonna DM you real quick.
this rabbit is apparently the child or the heir, somewhat, of the Boring Blade leader.
well, let's hold up. How old is like this kid? If we're gonna do some like mental math really quick,
You don't know.
because
I know
damn,
rabbits don't live very long.
yeah, but this is a folk rabbit, so I'm assuming they can
Well, I
live
mean,
longer,
Fair.
slightly longer.
in D&D, folk tend to
I
represent.
have.
There
Could you
tends to
please
be
answer my
parallels.
DM?
Shit, wait.
So, what we find this Boring Blade leader's child, the little rabbit that's leaving hair everywhere, like some sort of like shedding cat.
I swear, he's just playing the actual hair from Alice in Wonderland, just leaving small fucking clues and like
Yeah.
just showing up periodically.
So we find that, and then we have some sway over the Boring Blade itself.
Well, the thing is, I think the only person that's going to be
Alright,
able to
Claire.
really have sway over it is Harlow.
Claire.
I actually genuinely, realistically, don't think Harlow could connect with it.
Well, from the looks of it, there's not really anyone else that we can think of at the moment that could.
Well, yeah,
Unless
this
Spine
rabbit.
connected with it. No, I don't think it doesn't like Spine enough to connect with it. So like, or at least I don't know. Has Spine even tried? That's the real.
Well, no, that's what
Has
this.
it ever been implied that Spine has tried to connect with it?
What was that one?
Well, there was a war between the Boring Blades and the Underground, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was this one bit where people of the underground had basically just like beaten the Burrow Blade like into submission. If
That
I'm
wasn't
Yeah, they
correct.
the
literally just.
underground.
Yeah.
It was
Claire.
give me a
Sorry.
second. Give me a second. That instance was a rogue group of people looking to house themselves in the place the underground is. It wasn't people in the underground beating it to death. It was more of just a
Okay.
fight for space. A really, really long time ago.
That led
Okay.
to the death of the Boring Blade leader.
No, it led to the death of the Burrowing Blade, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, to the death of the Boring Blade.
They killed the burrowing blade.
Yeah, because at the end of that one, I think it said the Burrowing Blade died that day.
Yes, I think that is what it said.
So, what was the thing we saw in the wall? Is that like a
I'm guessing that's like a stone version of it.
Boring Blade light?
I was gonna say instead maybe if like the power that the Burrowing Blade had still remains as like its own thing, you know, maybe it died, but it's like the influence it has still remains.
Its
Like
physical body's basically dead.
Is it like
Yeah, that's my theory at least. Or its physical body still has power, but it just being a dead corpse, it can't really do much on its own.
Well, wasn't it said that the burrowing blade was basically like it was stone, like in a wall? If I'm correct, Claire.
It's
it was
encased
like a
itself in
fossil.
stone when Spine rose to power.
Okay, yeah. So
So the
it's
thing we
encased in stone at the moment.
saw, we can almost safely assume is the burrowing blade or a new burrowing blade of some sort.
Well, we're gonna assume for now that it's probably the only burrowing blade.
Yes,
But that means that
it's big. It's important.
yeah. So wait, that means that Virtue, Harlow, and Rock know where the burrowing blade is, meaning we have a general idea on where this meeting's going to be.
And I think Spine also. Well, we told Spine where it was.
Yeah. So Spine, yeah. So really, the only person who wouldn't know within the party would be Cass, because she wasn't there for that.
Well,
Okay.
you're just tagging along with us anyway.
Yeah. Like the second she's able to get out, she's saying pieces. Like I'm out.
And we seem to think that there's a child, I don't know, some relation to the Borrowing Blade leader still around.
Now the question is, depending on how old this kid is, like if this kid is like, I don't think the kid's like young, like an actual kid. They're probably like 20s, teens,
Well,
maybe. I don't know the exact time.
if they're smart enough to avoid everyone for this long, they must be fairly smart.
Sorry, or that, or they're getting help.
Either or. Well, regardless, this child, this spawn, is our best bet of being able to communicate, calm the Burrowing Blade.
So the question is, are we to kill them, or are we to convince them to be with us?
No, convince them to be with us. We need to get them on our side. We need to tell them to cool
Because
their
I need to
jet.
make sure, because earlier you had said that there's a good chance was to kill the white rabbit.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, that was Hunter. Claire,
What?
I've been trying to get a word in this whole time. Claire,
Yes? What?
please,
Cry about it.
can I please? I was asking that question because I was wondering if I could say it or not. If I could state it, or if you wanted to wait until Virtue would say it.
Wait until Virtue says it.
Okay.
I'll tear down the face.
Virtue keeping more secrets, God. This is what
You
God
didn't
prompts you
ask.
to do.
You
You
didn't
saw that
ask.
coming.
Plus,
I kind of figured.
plus, you did not. You did not say, "Is the white bunny the heir?" No, you did not.
No, I didn't. I said don't. I said I would prefer you not to lie to me or to tell me
No.
what's going on. No, sorry. I didn't say don't. I said I would prefer you to tell me things that are going on if it would affect the party.
Yes, because Virtue doesn't know right now. Y'all are thinking that the white bunny is the heir.
I mean,
No, but
we all know that the Burrowing Blade leader was a rabbit of sorts. We've all had that
Yes.
talk. So
Just
I feel
saying,
like
maybe you should ask Virtue,
we shouldn't
You know,
have to
honestly,
ask Virtue.
or at
We
least
shouldn't-
state
shouldn't
out
have
loud.
to. Like, I shouldn't have had to suspect you of being a traitor in order to ask you why you thought Keith wasn't the leader of the revolution.
I was planning on telling you. I just took the chance.
Just tell us earlier.
I was making
Not-
sure.
not-
I was making
not
sure y'all
Vir-
didn't fuck up my plan.
Not Virtue. Oogie, tell us
Yes.
earlier.
Well, I have to tell you. You gotta
But it
ask
makes
Virtue.
it more fun, bro. Come on. Please.
no, honestly, one thing that I've genuinely thought about, like, constantly over this entire month, is I was just sitting there thinking, one way that I could think of to end a revolution without violence would be giving them something that has like more, like basically giving them something that they can believe in more than what they already believe in, you know?
Dude, I don't
Which
want
is,
to burst your balloon, but revolutions never end without violence.
well, that's sometimes true. No,
So
sometimes.
it's always true. Dude,
And,
look at.
I-
I don't want to hit you guys with some heavy stuff, but look at the Middle East.
Oh shit.
That is revolutions, which become a regime, which is replaced by another revolution, which is replaced by another regime, which becomes another revolution.
But one question I've been constantly thinking of that I
It's
can't seem to
always
come to.
it's always the CIA.
But I was gonna say one question I can't seem to come to an answer of is like what would happen if Harlow came out as like being openly against the revolution.
Hey, Harlow can come out anytime he wants. It's Pride Month.
Hey,
You're
hey,
gonna say something like that.
you okay, you. God damn it! You get what I mean, though. You get what I mean.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm giving up on getting words in. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, I just want to say the only reason why I didn't clarify the color of the bunny of the air was because I didn't think y'all were gonna think the white one. I should have, but I didn't. And now the session's over.